Yeah, make sure I'm live on YouTube first. And we are. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it started in here.
Let's see that. Let me get my script up. Bam.
Oh,
And
I was like, what the?
there it is.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our 6th Child's Play 2019 6-year anniversary remake anniversary. Woo! I am here with Josh, aka DaemDudeIndustries, and Romeo, aka NightMareCript. As if you all were here on Saturday night, we were going over the Child's Play original script for the remake, and we had to end it. So sadly, we had to end it because it was getting really late. We're all getting tired, and we announced at the end of the live stream that we were going to do a part 2 to finish off the script that we were reading. So this is going to be the part 2 live stream of that video. So if you guys are watching, thank you so much for joining us. And let's go ahead and continue where we left off. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
I'm all set.
All right, cool. Let me see. I'll go ahead and start it off, y'all. If that's all right. That's all right with you?
Of course.
Yes. Can I get a second? The script is not up.
Oh no, you're good, brother. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, DaemDudeIndustries is lacking, as the kids like to say these days.
Alex Reader.
Oh, you weren't able to put up on your computer?
What's up, Alex? I'm glad to see you, buddy, on the live chat, man.
I wasn't able to log in on my Instagram.
Oh, dang, that sucks.
Yeah, Felix would have had to send it to me.
Oh, I see.
Going all the way. It was in the Instagram chat, right?
Huh?
It was in the Instagram chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
I sent it to you, I think, personally.
Oh, that's why. Well, would you look at that? So, his page, what, 61?
Yes, we should be on 61. Yeah, we're at the end. The bottom says, "Mom, my mom lives in this building."
Yes, I am there. We are cooking.
All right,
Wait, what page? You said my mom lives in this building?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't see it.
He doesn't see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Is it my mom lives in this building at the top of the page?
Yeah, I think so. Willis said, "What is it?" Mike said, "Mom lives in this building."
Mom indeed does live in the building.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, it's at the very bottom, actually.
Yeah. All right, chat. We all ready?
Oh, wait, see.
Okay, chat.
We're ready. Let's do this. We're getting to the good part,
Yeah,
man. We're gonna head into Act 3 already. So, or somewhat, almost the end of Act 2 to Act 3 right now. Let's do this. Alrighty. So 62 says, Willis, crap. Start running anybody from the block with priors. We'll get this b-hole. Alright. Interior apartment building. Hallway. Day. Officers take statements from a couple of neighbors. Andy walks down the hall, weaving around the cops, uncomfortable around their authoritative presence. Interior. Jungle Burger Day. The kids eat lunch at Jungle Burger. Chucky, disguised as Chode, sits between Omar and Andy. Pug feeds his dog, Franklin, under the table. Omar says, "B-hoes questioned my dad for 2 hours. Pug says, "That's messed up. If the cops ask me anything, I'm not telling them crap." Andy says, "I don't know nothing." Pug says, "I bet the old man did it to himself. Guy was a whack job. Probably started as a weird sex thing that got out of control." Fallon says, "You're proposing that man chopped his own body into 13 pieces as a sex thing?" Andy says, 13 pieces? Fallon says, that's what Dylan says. Omar says, Dylan says a lot of crap. Hey, Chode, tell us who did it. All right, that's page 62. We didn't get that in the movie.
Mm-mm.
That's a whole
Not
new.
at all.
That's a whole new scene right there.
Yeah,
That's like a deleted scene, basically.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
It's cool seeing them talk about that.
Yeah.
That's cool. They just talk about Gabe's death and like wondering how he cut
That's
himself in
interesting.
13
They don't
pieces.
acknowledge it after he dies.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Like
things
the
that
actual
come
movie.
out.
crazy. Let's see. 63. Chucky and Cho's voice. Oops. I Did It Again is a song by Britney Spears from the year 2000. Omar says, freaking useless. Chucky and Cho's voice. I'm sorry you feel that way. Andy stops eating, hearing the stutter. He turns to Chucky, completely unnerved. The other kids don't seem to notice, carrying on their conversation. Interior apartment building lobby day. The kids head for the elevator. Andy and Chucky step inside. The others are still checking out the crime scene. Pug says, "Can you see through the door?" The elevator starts to close. Fallon says, "Hey, wait up." Andy presses the open door button. It doesn't work. The door shuts with Andy and Chucky alone inside. Andy presses the button again. Nothing happens. Andy searches the elevator panel. It's an old Catholic interface. Is Chode controlling it? Question mark. An uncomfortable silence. Chucky slowly turns his head to Andy. Andy pretends he doesn't notice. Andy presses the button repeatedly. He presses the help button. Andy says, "Hello? Is somebody?" Ding! The door opens. The kids step inside. Pug. Funny. Oh, that's another scene right there. Huh.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
curious. I'm curious where that took place. That wouldn't be when Chucky attacked him in the room, and his mom and everything came in. That would be before that, right?
Yeah, this would be way before.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's pretty cool. I like that scene how they're standing in the elevator and Chucky looks up at Andy. Andy's just like, he's just ignoring him. He's like, no, because earlier
Yeah.
he recognized the voice of Chode and he's like, that didn't sound like Chode. That sounded like Chucky because I
Yeah.
remember his voice. And now he's in the room. He's
It's
in the
interesting. It's like distinct too, I guess.
yeah, and then he's in the elevator by himself in there, and like he can't do nothing because it's a Catholic interface, so he can't control anything. So he's like, "Oh crap." That's pretty cool. That would have been a cool scene.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool scene to see. Just seeing Chucky look at Andy, Andy just ignoring him, like I ain't giving you attention. I ain't looking.
Yeah.
That would have been freaking cool. All right, interior
That's so
apartment building hallway day.
Cool.
The kids exit the elevator. Andy heads the opposite direction of the rest of the kids. Fallon says, "Andy, you're not coming?" Andy replies, "I gotta go." He looks back. Chucky is standing in the middle of the hall, staring at Andy. Omar says, "Chode, come on, dumbbutt." Chucky follows Omar. Mike and Willis take a neighbor's statement near Andy's door. Mike spots Andy. Mike, "Hey Andy, got a minute?" Interior, Karen's apartment, living room day. Mike sits with Andy on the couch. He got a notepad out. Mike says, "I know you didn't know the guy well, but did you ever hear anything talking about him? Anything strange?" Andy says, "I don't know. I don't think so." Mike says, "What about Shane?" Question mark. Beat. Andy tenses up. Andy, "What about him?" Mike says, "Did he know Gabe? Ever mention seeing anything, hearing anything?" Andy says, "What's Shane got to do with this?" Ooh, interrogation scene, boys. He's getting interrogated.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, damn it.
Yeah,
That's
more like there's so much now. Like it's starting to like go down the route of like there's really like this is like all new stuff basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also shows their emotional drive later in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what I
Like
like about this one is that there's a lot more detective side of things. You know, the cops aspect, the
Yeah.
detective side of things, like how Mike Norris did it.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, like that. which I do like, which is pretty cool. 65.
Yeah, I really dig that a lot.
Yeah, dude. I wish I was in the movie a lot more though.
Yeah, same. Like he's kind of like more of a sideline character, almost in the official film.
Yeah, and I like that the whole Andy and him bringing up his dad and well Shane, not his dad, Shane.
Yeah.
He's all tensed up and everything. Like it just adds to him finding the head later on.
Ooh.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I was fast.
Nice build up.
All right, Mike. These are just routine questions. Andy says, "Well, why are you asking me?" Mike says, "Shane was over here the other night. Andy interrupts. Well, maybe just trying the guy who. Well, maybe try asking the guy who cut off his head. I don't know anything. Beat." Mike says, "How did you know about that? We never disclosed the details of Shane's death to your mom." Andy, the internet. Mike says, "Andy, listen to me. If you know something, you need to tell me. This is very important." Beat. Andy. Beat. Andy. Interior. Zedmark. Day. Andy stares ahead. Pug. OS. Andy. He snaps out of it. He's with his friends and Chucky scoping out new phones in the electronics store. Pug continued. Check it. Chucky appears to be building an invisible structure on the ground. Pug holds up a model phone in front of Andy's face. Using augmented reality, it now looks like Chucky is building a model house to the phone screen. Pug continued. So epic. I lick 1,000 beeholes for this phone. Oh,
What?
Swag.
What?
I don't know, bro. Pug is just so dumb in this
He's
movie.
awesome, man. What?
Sauce.
But it got a little tense with Mike and Andy for a sec. Like, Andy, why'd you say that? And Mike caught on to it. He's like, "Hey, how'd you know about that? We didn't disclose any information about Shane's death." And Chucky and Andy right away was like, the internet." And he's like, I think that's the scene in the trailer where Mike goes, "Andy, if you know something, you better tell me." I think that's that scene right there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I know that scene was not in the movie. They cut that out.
Yeah.
Andy, if you know something, you better tell me. Like, oh yeah, I think
he did cut that out.
Yeah, that scene was in the trailer, and that didn't make it in the final cut of the movie, which sucks.
Yeah,
I like it. You can see
does.
how Mike and Andy
more tension.
Yeah, it does. How the tension between Mike and Andy is like right there, because you can tell that Mike is going like, "Hey, there's something up with this kid. I just can't put my finger on it." He's connecting the dots little by little, just by his expressions that he's making through his body language.
Yeah.
So Mike is catching on, man.
Really dig it.
He's catching on. Anything with the you guys want to say anything about the Zedmart part?
I think it's interesting that like they like what they're doing where like Chucky is like building the structure.
Oh yeah.
Like and like it's like a virtual structure. I think that's interesting. Like it.
That's pretty cool.
They like cut out. It seems like they cut out like a number of like abilities that this version of Chucky could do. It seems like.
Yeah, I think what they were using.
You could do that in the film.
Yeah, I think what they were using was so you know how in the teaser where it shows you the factory and the girl had those goggles and she had those lasers going like this. She had those she was like that with the remote.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I think I think that's what they're talking about right here. They're using those thingies to make like a fortress, whatever, stuff like that, like with the goggles. You know, we don't know if they have to put the phones in the goggle thing and use all those things. I don't know. That's what I think, because they want to show that in the teaser, and then if they were never gonna use it, so.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't use that. I remember now. Yeah.
So that could be it. That could be it.
Yeah.
All right, 66. What is this? My fourth page, right? It was my third. I lost count. I think it's my fourth.
We started at like 61.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Let me see. Oh no, this is my last one. Sorry, this is my last one. All right, let's see. 66. He rushes off to join Omar, checking out other accessories. Fallon says, Consumerism at its finest. You okay? What's up? Andy says, nothing, I'm fine. Fallon follows Omar and Pug into the next aisle. Andy makes eye contact with Karen, who is working with the register across the store. Karen waves at him, then aims at a finger gun at her head. Shoot me. Andy watches a Buddy commercial on the TV. On screen, Henry Cavill 50 shows off 5 Buddy models, including a furry teddy bear, Rusplin-esque Buddy Bear. I don't know how to pronounce it. Henry Cavill voiceover. And just in time for Christmas, we have a furry new friend joining the Buddy line, introducing the Buddy Bear. Chucky tugs at Andy's leg. Andy, Chode, go away. Chucky in Chode's voice, that's no way to treat your best friend. Andy says, we're not friends. Andy goes back to checking out the accessories. Chucky, OS, I'm sorry to hear that, because if I can't be your best friend, and Chucky voice says, then nobody can. Startled, Andy looks down at Chode. Chode? Is smiling up at Andy with his innocent blue eyes. Andy says, what did you say? Oh, smack.
Ooh. It's getting interesting. It's getting juicy because this is now like all the Zenmar stuff where like he, messes with like the TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Chucky playing juicy. You can see how Chucky's playing mind games with Andy right now. He's messing with his mind.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Chode. He's like, I'm gonna say something that's my own personal voice, and you're gonna be caught off guard. That's what Andy was like, Chucky? Was that you? And he goes back to Chode's voice real quick. Like, oh no, it's me. If I can't be your best friend, then nobody can. Like, ooh.
Then nobody can.
Crazy, dude. All right. All right, Romeo, you're up. Next page is yours.
So Chucky is Chode. No more friends. They're all going to leave you forever and ever. A nearby television switches to a video recording from Chucky's memory bank. Andy sits in bed, tearing up. Why can't he just leave us alone? Just go away. Why can't he just leave us alone? Just go away. The video loops over and over. Andy says, no, stop. Stop the video. Andy tries to turn off the television. The video spreads to television surrounding it. Andy grabs Chucky, shaking him. Andy continued, turn it off, stop it. Flustered, he hits Chucky, smacks Chucky against the floor over and over. Omar runs over and pulls Andy away. What are you doing? Omar says. Andy tries to attack Chucky again. Omar shoves him away. Andy says, that's not your buddy. Chucky moves towards Chucky. Omar pushes him again. Don't touch him. What, so your buddy breaks, now you gotta bust mine? Is that it? Omar says. And he says, it's Chucky. He's back. I don't know how, but he's back. See? Look, his eyes. Look. Chucky smiles. His eyes flicker from blue to red. Interesting. Andy goes for Chucky again. Omar shoves him again.
Uh-oh, things are getting heated.
Ooh. Yep, things are getting really heated. I don't remember that like part in the actual film where they hey, look at his eyes. Like I don't remember.
No, that wasn't in there.
That's interesting.
I think it was. I think that's the Zenmar scene where Chucky's showing Shane's head on the TV screens, and he's like, "Turn it off, turn it off." And Omar comes in like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
That. Yeah, that
like,
part.
What are you doing? And Chucky's like, "Look at his eyes. Look." He's like, "Look at his eyes. Look, it's Chucky. It's Chucky." He's like, "Well, you bust my buddy down too."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
because what it seems like too is it's like they didn't like include that in the script or like anything about like Shane's head.
Yeah, I think it was different because I think on here, they put the video of him. Why can't he just leave us alone? Leave us alone. But in the movie, they replaced that with just showing Shane's head right on the screen. And then the whole argument with
I think they showed both actually.
Yeah, they did show both.
I think
I remember.
Because like it flashes from that to the other thing where it shows like Shane's head. Pretty crazy stuff.
Yes, it did. It did. Yeah.
Yeah, you're You're right, Omar. I looked at it. He does say, "Look at his eyes," and his eyes flicker red and blue.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
see.
we were wrong. Damn. Hell on
That's
that one.
interesting.
Nice.
Interesting stuff. All right,
Uh,
are you ready for the next page?
Yes, sir. Things are getting heated.
All right, time to do this. Omar says, "I said don't touch him. You deaf or something?" Oh, that's right, you are.
Ooh.
Omar flicks Andy's hearing aid. Andy pushes Omar's hand away. Omar shoves Andy. Andy punches Omar in the face. Omar tackles Andy to the ground, throwing punches. They tussle on the ground. Andy's hearing aid falls out. Fallon says, "Whoa, guys." Pug tries to pull Andy away. "Andy, get off him. Seriously, you're acting crazy," Pug says. Andy defensively shoves Pug to the ground. Pug bangs his head on a shelf. Pug looks hurt, in shock. Andy says, "You're taking his side? He's not your friend. I am. You were there. You saw what that thing could do. Look around you. He's controlling the screens. He's..." Andy motions to the TVs. They all turn off. Chucky's eyes are blue again. Was this all in his head? Flustered, Andy looks around the store. Everyone's watching. He looks down at Pug, realizes what he's done. Pug rubs the side of his head. There's a bit of blood. "What the hell, man?" Pug says. "I'm so sorry. I didn't," Andy says. Karen rushes over. She drags Andy away. "Andy, what's gotten into you?" Karen says. Andy searches the ground for his hearing aid. It's gone. Karen pulls him into the next aisle. Karen continued, "What was that about? This isn't like you, Andy. Why'd you do that? What's happened?"
Wow.
Oh,
Happened.
that's interesting.
Hmm.
So we got a little bit more of that scene, it seems like.
Yeah. A little more dialogue.
Yeah, because like it's basically it's the same scene, but there's just added like stuff in there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like
I really like the addition.
yeah, when Andy says you're taking his side, he's not your friend. I am. You were there when you saw him, what he can do. Look, he's controlling the screens. That's something new right there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a new script or a new dialogue.
These are definitely like things that I wish were still in the film because they added more like tension.
Yeah, between the characters, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, like I like the tension that they added in some of the scenes. It makes it more compelling, in my opinion, definitely.
Yeah. I just have to say, Amelia, go to bed.
Amelia?
Hmm?
It's an off-topic thing.
Oh, stupid.
Someone watching.
I was like, who's Amelia?
Yeah, that's not in the script. Where'd you read that
Yeah,
at?
I was like, where'd you read
Yeah,
that,
I
bro?
knew a Amelia. I knew
I think you're reading the wrong script.
I knew an Amelia, but you know,
Oh
she's
my
not in the
gosh.
script, that's for sure.
Or maybe it needs to be in the script, but okay.
Alright.
All right.
Page 70. I think I got because this is my third page, I think. Yeah. Her voice is muffled. Without his hearing aid, Andy can barely hear her.
Hmm.
I don't know. I thought Chucky was I didn't mean to. Andy looks completely lost, scared, confused. Karen pulls him in, hugs him. "Hey, it's okay. It's okay," Karen says.
Oh,
Interior Pug's apartment living room night. The kids play video games. Everyone except Andy. "I can't believe you're friends with that freak," Omar says. Pug seems angry, holding a bag of ice against the side of his head. "He's not our friend, not anymore," Pug says. Fallon and Pug share a look. Fallon doesn't like this. Chucky is sprawled out at the back of the room in sleep mode. He gets up, waddles over to the kitchen. Interior Pug's apartment kitchen night. Franklin is sleeping on the floor. Chucky waves his hand at the dog. No response. Chucky picks Andy's hearing aid out of his pocket and tosses it on the ground. He climbs up onto the counter, pulls a kitchen knife out of the knife rack, his weapon of choice. He stares at the knife's edge, smiling. Pug's apartment hallway night.
It's
Pug is
going
in the
crazy.
bathroom, checking the wound on the side of his head. Chucky peers into the bathroom from the darkness of the hallway, his red eyes beaming.
Dude,
Ooh, I already know where this is going.
I know where this is going too. You know. If you know the
Dude, it's
delete
crazy.
scenes, you know.
Yep, I definitely know, and I definitely know that he's gonna try to frame Andy right here. Definitely, that's crazy.
Man,
Like, this is getting
dude.
nuts.
God, I wish it stayed in the freaking movie.
Dude, I really, because you don't really know how, like, why, like, Chucky is, like, takes the hearing aid, and now you do. Like, it's really cool.
Trying to frame him. That's
I
what he's
think,
trying to do.
yeah, I really like it. It's
And-
really too bad that they cut it.
And I like what he says here. He says he stares at the knife edge, smiling, which showing you that Chucky is gonna enjoy what he's gonna do right now. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, dude.
I like how it's like kind of like a progression. Like he slowly becomes this way.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I love it.
He's slowly becoming psychotic. And I like what it says here too, where it says
Yeah.
Chucky peers into the bathroom from the darkness of the hallway, his red eyes beaming. Like, dude, like, you get to see Chucky's eyes looking at you. All right, go ahead and continue. This is getting good.
Dude, this is getting good. Interior Doreen's apartment. Because this is the right page, right?
Yeah.
Interior Doreen's apartment living room night. Andy plays checkers with Doreen. He has a black guy from the fight. Pug off screen. Interior apartment building hallway night. Andy and Doreen rush out into the hall to see what the commotion is about. Mike, Audu interviewing a neighbor, does the same. They follow the scream to Pug's door.
Oh no.
Interior Pug's apartment kitchen at night. Andy pushes through a crowd of neighbors and kids. Pug is kneeling on the floor, hands covered in blood, tears in his eyes. Pug, Franklin. His dog is dead, blood everywhere. Fallon reaches down and grabs Andy's hearing aid off the ground next to the pool of blood. The kids all turn to Andy, shocked.
Dude.
It was you. It was Andy, Omar says. Omar charges at Andy. Mike grabs Omar, stopping him. Hey, ease off. What happened here? Mike shouted. Omar says he snuck in and killed Pug's dog. He's lying. I wasn't even near his, Andy says. Then why is your hearing aid in my freaking kitchen? Omar grabs the hearing aid and chucks at Andy. Andy says, Chucky. ...
Dude. Dang, man. Oh,
Dude, why was this cut? This is like so crazy.
Good. This is good right here, man. Dude.
Question is, why was that hearing aid? Question of the day.
Wait, what's up?
Why was it in the freaking kitchen? That's the question to Omar.
Yes.
But no, that was really cool. That's so much that they just cut out of the movie.
So much.
Like, that's so interesting that Andy was with Doreen, came out, and
yeah, it's cool because
and it's almost like the original script where Andy gets framed for it.
And I like how here the hearing aid has more of a prominent role than just Chucky speaking through it like in the movie. You know what I mean? Because in the movie, he just speaks to it. That's it. But here is it has a prominent role on using that to frame Andy, thinking that he killed Pug's dog, which I like that a lot more. You know, so it makes sense for
Hallelujah.
Andy to have a hearing aid now. And dude,
Oh, definitely.
I'm loving this, bro. I'm loving this.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah,
This is
I'm loving it.
getting crazy.
Ba, ba, ba,
This
ba,
is
ba.
this is like my last page, right? I think so. 'Cause that was my fourth, I think. Yeah.
I think you have
So
one
this is
more.
my fifth.
Yeah, you have one more.
Yeah. So Omar says he's a freak. He kills freaking pets. He said he said his cat went missing, but Devin found it in the dumpster. Beat. Mike turns to Andy, waiting for his response.
Wow.
Fallon says, Andy, is that true? Pug in shock. Why? Why would you do this, Andy? Chucky smiles, sitting in the corner. Andy says it was Chucky. That thing is Chucky. He's messing with us. He's trying to turn everybody against me. Mike says, Andy, we need to talk this out. Andy charges at Chucky. Mike stops him. Stop smiling. Why are you doing this? What do you want from me? Andy shouts. Omar records Andy's outburst on his phone. Omar said, You killed his dog. Freaking admit it. Frantic, Andy shoves Omar and grabs his phone. He runs down the hall. Omar continued, Hey. Mike says, Andy, come back. Interior, Karen's apartment, living room, night. Andy rushes inside, shuts the door, locks it. He moves to a window across the room, opens it, starts climbing out. Where is he going?
Ooh, dude.
Where is he going?
Oh man, bro. Dude, this is getting
Dude,
good
oh
right
my
here, dog.
god.
How everyone is going against Andy because what they think he did is just, dude.
That reminds me of the original Child's Play when Andy's in the office and he's like hitting Chucky. It literally is it, like a remake of that scene.
Yeah, that's the first
Yeah,
thing I thought too. And
That's
bro,
crazy.
it's funny
it's
how
getting crazy.
while all this is going on, Chucky, how it says Chucky's in the corner, smiling, just happy how he's torturing Andy's life, dude. And
Dude, it's crazy.
freaking Chucky, dude, like, dude, this guy's
Like
I like the way they handle like all of this in the script. Like I like how it's all like, you know, he's like screwing with him, and I think that it's just like it says more like intense, it's more suspenseful, and I wish that they didn't cut all this out because that's crazy. They cut out so much stuff.
bro.
this movie would have been so much longer.
It would have, but like it would have like definitely been like worth it too, though, because
2 hours.
like some of the ideas they had were crazy. Like they had a lot of cool ideas in here, and they just cut them out, which kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm. That sucks, dude.
Dude, I'm waiting to find out what happens next.
Dude, yes.
Alex Reader says, "Can you guys
Yeah.
imagine if they were grinding more time to have released this version in theaters?" Yep. If this movie was in theaters, bro, I think it would have been a lot better.
Agreed.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna turn off my camera for a second. I just gotta get my cat.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Get that. Cat.
Dude, that is. Oh my god. Wait.
But no, it's very interesting, like from the Chucky game to this to just seeing a lot of stuff that just never happened.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
back.
It's wild to me that someone sat there and was like, yeah, so no one's gonna care about this, or this is over the budget, or we can't. They just can't see like how the good that it would do for the film or the game or the show or
Yep.
etc.
Yeah, man. I wish we had this version. But it gets better. It gets better. It gets better.
Oh yes.
All right, Josh, you're up.
I won 72.
Yes.
Okay. Exterior apartment building. Hallway. Night. Mike bangs on Andy's apartment door with Omar beside him. Huh? Mike. Andy, open up. I want my phone back, Omar says. Doreen confronts Pug, walking him back to his apartment. I'm sorry, sweetie, but Andy had nothing to do with this. The boy's been with me all night, Doreen says. Chucky glares at Doreen. She's ruining his fun.
Ooh.
Fallon looks down at Chucky and notices his intense stare. Interior, abandoned building, day. Andy climbs through the window of a vacant building. He hides against a wall and accesses Omar's phone, turning on the Buddy app, accessing Chucky's live video feed. Make a move. I've got you now, a-hole, Andy says. Interior, Pug's apartment, living room, night. Fallon pokes her head in. Pug sits on the couch, devastated. He killed my dog, Fallon, Pug says. We don't know that, Fallon says. He didn't tell us about the cat. What else is he hiding? We barely know this kid. He could be bat-s crazy. What if Chucky never malfunctioned? He just made it all up. What if Andy's the one who killed? Shut up, Fallon says. Yeah, that was all, that was
All new stuff. All new, like. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I wish this was all like in the film.
Yeah, I think the thing that they kept in the movie was was Andy looking at the live feed for Chucky, and that whole conversation between Fallon and Pug going about what
Mhm.
if we barely we barely know the kid, he could be back crack crazy. What if Chucky never malfunctioned? That's the whole peekaboo scene, right? That popped up, but all this right here where he killed my dog, we don't know that. He didn't tell us about the cat. That wasn't in there. Let's see, the whole Doreen thing where Doreen's walking Pug back into his apartment, saying that hey, Andy didn't do it. He was with me all night, and it says that Chucky was giving Doreen a stare because he was realizing that she's ruining his fun, and Fallon
Mhm.
kind of recognizes, kind of sees the stare that Chode has on his face. So all those little
Yeah.
things were cut out of the film. It's like, damn, dude, why'd you cut that out?
That's interesting.
I really like how they like I think that's pretty cool. Like the like basically like, he seems more sadistic in this like version kind of. Like more ruthless.
Yeah, it seems like he's having fun on what he's doing, the torture he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like between him, like somehow with him wanting to just protect Andy and just basically be the bestest friend he can be, somehow, like with the Texas Chainsaw movie and everything, in his own twisted way, he just got
Mm,
his interpretation of it is just all kinds of messed up. It's just interesting. This he had such great intentions, and then
yeah,
it just got lost.
Oh, definitely.
crazy dude.
All right.
And juicy.
All right,
So on 70, 72
73.
or no, 73.
I think it starts with Chucky
Okay, yeah,
sits. Yeah.
yeah. Chucky sits in the hall, watching the whole thing.
Oh,
Exterior, vacant lot, night. Andy reluctantly listens in on their conversation. Chucky's video feed. Fallon voiceover. Don't even say it. Interior, Doreen's apartment, living room, night. Mike enters the apartment. Doreen is dressed up and ready to head out. Hey, You know where Andy went, Mike says. If I did, I wouldn't tell you, Doreen says. Doreen hobbles past him into the hallway. Where are you off to? Mike says. Leaving this circus, I'm going to bingo, Doreen says.
Bingo.
You're sure as hell not walking. Wait till I'm off work, Mike says. I ordered a car. I can take care of my own damn self, Doreen says. Exterior, vacant lot, night. Andy stares down at his phone. The video feed is static, cutting out. Not now, come on, Andy says. It cuts back in. From Chucky's point of view, on screen, from Chucky's point of view, we see him waddle outside. He's following Doreen into the parking lot. He pulls out a knife.
Ooh, we know where
Where's
this is
everyone
going,
going?
y'all. We know where this is going.
I like the lead up to it. I like that it doesn't just kind of happen. It's like leading up to Doreen going to the car, and we're seeing
Yeah.
Chucky, and it's. I like it. I like the little detail.
Yeah.
I do too.
I dig that they're building up to it too. Not just rushing to it.
Y'all gonna love the next couple of pages, man. Y'all gonna love it right now.
Yeah. Alright, number 74.
Yeah.
Everyone's good with that?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, Shikaki, Andy says. Andy.
Y'all so dumb, dude.
Andy dials Doreen's number. Exterior apartment building, parking lot, night. Doreen waits at the curb for her car. She looks at her castle and ride out. Car arriving. Her phone rings. She fumbles with the phone, trying to answer. Now how the hell do ya? Doreen says. Her car pulls up. She gives up on the phone and gets in the passenger door. There's no driver inside. It's an autonomous autonomous car service. Anonymous car service. I'll be damned, Doreen continues. Exterior, rundown, street, night. Andy runs back, coverage. Towards. It says towards. Andy runs towards the apartment complex. Interior, anonymous car, night. Doreen buckles up. Now what? Yelling into her phone. I'm in the car. What do I? Doreen says. The car starts moving. Oh my! Doreen continues.
Oh my!
Exterior apartment building, a courtyard, night. Andy runs around the corner. There you are. Everybody's looking. Fallon off screen. He smacks into Fallon, dropping to the ground. He scrambles to his feet and keeps running.
Uh-oh. The build-up.
Interesting.
You know where this is going.
He's trying to catch up and he knocks into her. Man, this is gonna be crazy.
Bro,
I wonder if her death
I'm telling you, these next couple pages probably gonna be one of your favorite things you read off of this script.
I think
it's getting good.
I think my next one's my last one. Did I start at 71?
I think that you have two more. I think you do this one, then you have one more.
Okay. Okay. It's Chucky! Doreen's in trouble! Get help! Andy says. Exterior, apartment building, parking lot, night. Andy reaches the parking lot just as the What would I say? Just as the car pulls away, he runs after it. No! Andy says. Andy pulls up his phone. His buddy app video feed cuts out. Interior, anonymous car, night. The car keeps driving. It turns right. Wrong way! This is the wrong way! Speaking into her phone. Pull over! Hello? Doreen says. She reaches over and grabs the steering wheel. She can't turn it. She tries the doors again. Locked. We're supposed to be on a road. Turn around. Doreen continues. The air vents blast hot air. Windshield wipers activate. The headlights turn off. The car turns left. Onto the wrong side of a busy highway. Jesus, Murphy! Hello? Wrong side of the dang road! Doreen continues. The car speeds up, driving against traffic. Cars swerve around, narrowly missing. Honking. Are we having fun now? Chucky says off screen. Doreen turns around, searching the back seat. She turns back, and Chucky is on the dash. He leaps at her with a knife. Doreen holds Chucky back as he slashes at her. Oh man,
this sounds,
yeah,
you know what this
very-
sounds like already? It's starting to kind of sound like it's sort of like a reference and callback to the Detective Mike scene from the original.
That's exactly
Yes.
what it is. It's a reference to the
Yes.
Mike Norris, the car scene. That's exactly what it is.
I really dig it. It sounds like it's gonna get really intense.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Because like now, like he's like jumping on her, trying to get her and stuff, while the car's moving on its own. He could probably simultaneously attack her while moving the car.
Yep.
Yeah, the car is freaking going ultra instinct while fucking Chucky is taking advantage of it.
Ay.
He's about to be crazy.
Alright, so wait for the next page.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
So this should be my last one. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I'm so glad I get to read the scene. Wow. Andy's mine! He's supposed to be my best buddy, Chucky continues. Get off me, Doreen says. Doreen slams Chucky against the window and throws him into the back seat. Cars continue to zoom by on both sides, inches from hitting them. Chucky's knife stabs through the passenger seat, upholding nearly stabbing Doreen. Doreen cracks the handle next to her seat and reclines the seat back into Chucky, pinning him against the back seat. She pummels him over and over. Don't touch me, Hobbit, mother, ever, Doreen continues. The car skids to a halt, tossing Doreen forward. A van clips their car, sending it spinning across the road. Doreen rolls into the back seat with Chucky. He attacks her again, stabbing her leg. She groans in pain. She kicks at Chucky, slamming him into the door, whacking him with her cane. This woman isn't going down without a fight. The car starts driving again, picking up speed, turning onto a side street. Doreen crawls into the driver's seat. She slams her foot on the brake pedal. It's not working. Chucky pops up and chokes Doreen with the seatbelt. She punches at him. Chucky looks up at the road. Heads up, B, Chucky says. He lets go of the seatbelt and drops down into the back seat. Doreen looks up. A truck is heading straight forward. She screams. The truck slams into their car. Head on.
Dude.
Man, that scene's like way better than what we got. Like what?
Yeah.
Way better. Like
That
way
was
more
like
drawn
so
out.
intense.
Wait, so hold on. Actually, let me make sure I got this right. Chucky pops up and okay. He lets go of the seatbelt and drops down the back seat. So wait, he's in the back seat right now, while this truck slams into their car. So was that a dummy, or was that the actual buddy? Like, because he didn't jump out of the car. It literally says he drops into the back seat, so he got hit too.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the car when he got hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess on the next page it just goes over that because from this page it was just like, whoa, okay, so
Yeah.
she's just gonna
Dude,
tank
that's
that or what?
crazy.
Oh, I forgot he's a little Terminator. My bad. I forgot. Movie Terminator. Got it.
Yeah, that's so intense. That whole entire scene.
Yeah.
It's super cool though, man. It's super cool. They're just there fighting back and forth, back and forth. You know,
And
Doreen's pulling a fight.
she's she's the mother of a cop. So, I would hope that she puts up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah. And
Dude,
it
yes.
dude, just imagining that scene is like it's a callback to Mike Norris in the first movie. You know, Chucky's choking him, trying to stab him, controlling the car and everything. And you think of this one, you're just like, man, dude, just imagining it, just like with the cinematography, the lighting, the night, the water, and you're just like, seeing Chucky's red eyes in the darkness, in the back seat or in the car itself, like, dude, it would have looked peak, like for real.
Dude, and she fights back and everything, and I think that's so cool.
Heck yeah, dude, this scene
And she's
sounds,
like not going down there to fight.
yeah, this scene, damn, I wish this scene would have stayed in the film. Like honestly, bro, it should have stayed in the film.
Dude, yes. I think it should have, because it's definitely like I said, a lot more intense, and there's more to it. There's more meat.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
love it.
all right, let's do this. Exterior, in the industrial street night. Doreen smashes through the windshield, rolling out onto the street. She's barely alive. Cuts all over her body. The autonomous car backs up, turns, and drives over Doreen's body. Thump, thump. The car stops, backs up, thump, thump, runs over her again. Interior Karen's apartment, living room night. Andy enters the apartment. Subdued, defeated. Karen is waiting for him. Karen, there you are. Why aren't you answering your phone? You had me worried sick. Beat. Andy looks vulnerable, near tears. Andy, I think something's terrible happened. Karen says, what, baby? What happened? Talk to me. Karen sits Andy down on the couch. Andy says, you won't believe me. Karen replies, just tell me what's going on. Andy says, Doreen was outside. Chucky followed her. She got in a car. I think Chucky did something to her. Karen grabs Andy's shoulders, trying to calm him down. Karen says, sweetie, Chucky was a toy. I know you love that thing, but it broke. You got rid of it. We can't afford another one. Andy says, no, I saw him. I saw him following her. Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
That one kind of is very similar to.
It's similar, but like there's more like he seems more like upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the way Doreen's died too. She got run over by the car.
Dude, oh my god.
He run her over once, and then he goes reverse and runs her over again. Like, dude,
He double tapped her.
double tapped her, bro. Basically,
He made
Dude,
sure
that
that
whole
that
scene,
girl was down.
down forever.
Down for the count. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, basically. Damn. All right.
Yes.
Karen looks deeply
That's what.
concerned. Her son is losing it. Karen says, listen to what you're saying, Andy. Andy says, he's gonna kill her. He's gonna kill her, and nobody's listening to me. I saw him. I saw him on Omar's phone. He was following Doreen, and Andy pulls out Omar's phone. Karen says, wait, why do you have that? Andy says, he was following her, Mom. You've got to believe me. Karen replies, why do you have Omar's phone? Andy says, I took it. I had to. Karen says, Christ, Andy. Andy says, I had to follow Chucky. Karen says, that's enough. Stop. Just stop. I just don't want to hear any more about that doll. It's gone. You can't do things like this, Andy. Give me the phone. Beat. Andy, give me the phone. Karen grabs the phone from Andy. Karen continued, I'm returning this before this gets any worse. Don't move. We're not done here yet. Karen storms out of the apartment. Exterior, industrial street, night. A flurry of lights and sirens surround the scene of the car crash.
Hmm.
Ooh, now it's getting to the part where Mike finds
Yeah.
his mom. Oh my god.
Yep. That definitely seems a lot more.
Basically, like this whole page
More
is
meat.
it's basically like this whole page is kind of the same thing that we got, basically. So
Hmm.
except for the industrial street. Alright. 79.
Oh, yes.
Mike tears through the police tape, shoving past officers trying to get to his mother. They try to hold him back. He pushes an officer aside and runs over to Doreen's dead body, dropping to his knees next to her. He grabs her hand, yelling out. His eyes dart around the crime scene, trying to come to terms with what he's seen. He sees the stab wound on Doreen's leg. Shock quickly turns to anger. Interior, Karen's apartment, living room, night. Andy sits on the couch. Ding. His phone receives a notification. The buddy app. A message from Omar's buddy. I'm coming over to play. Andy jumps up. He looks outside. The beat up autonomous car is parked across the street from the courtyard. Ding. A video clip of Shane and Karen from Chucky's feed plays on Andy's phone. Karen voiceover. He won't even listen to me anymore. I'm starting to think he needs therapy. Needs therapy? The video cuts to a clip of Pug. Pug voiceover. He could be back crap crazy. Andy tosses his phone across the room. The TV turns on, playing a clip of Pug and Fallon. Fallon voiceover. You sure you want to hang with him? He seems a bit off. Another clip on loop. Pug voiceover. He's not our friend. Not anymore. He's not our friend.
Hmm.
He's not our friend. He's not our friend.
Hmm.
No, this definitely none of this was in there.
Wasn't the last part of it, wasn't that in there? Because I remember on the TV them saying like, are you sure you want to be his friend, right? Like he seems a bit like off.
Well,
Like
I think in the movie what showed on the screen was when Pug and Fab were going, we don't even know the kid. He could be back crap crazy. What if Chucky never malfunctioned? What if he just made it
yeah.
all up? What if
I
he?
never
Yeah,
that part of thing.
it was that part they did on TV. Here was something different.
Okay.
Here showing Karen and Shane. Karen saying he needs therapy, and Pug and Fallon talking. So there's a little bit more detail.
Right.
Chucky sending Andy a notification saying I'm coming over to play. It's like, whoa, hey, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like, hey, no, you're
I'm
not.
coming over to play.
I do like the whole Mike Norris fighting Doreen's body scene. That scene would have been super heartbroken in the actual movie. Like,
Yeah.
it seems more emotional. Pushing all the officers aside, them holding him back. He breaks through. They're crying for his mom, and he sees the stab wound, and he's in full anger mode because he seems he can't figure out what's going on. It feels like he's blaming himself for it. So, man,
Yes.
that would have been super emotional to see on screen.
Yeah. I wish we could have.
Heck yeah. Anything else? You guys are good?
Okay. Yes. I think I'm all set.
You good, Josh?
Yep.
All right, cool. 80. Andy says, "Stop it." Chucky on off screen. "Stop. I'm just getting started." Excuse me. "Stop. I'm just getting started." Chucky is in the room. Andy hears footsteps from behind the couch. Andy backs away, terrified. Andy says, "Just leave us alone. Why are you doing this?" Chucky off screen. "Now do you see? These aren't your friends. They turned you against me." Andy grabs a gift from under the tree and tears it open, a baseball bat. He hides in the corner, bat ready, petrified with fear. The TV turns on, causing Andy to jump. He crawls away, moving to the Christmas tree. Chucky, off screen, continued, "He left me for dead." The tree tips over, landing on Andy. Andy flounders on the ground, panicked, swinging his bat blindly, scared crapless. He smashes at Christmas presents, breaking toys and gifts. Chucky off screen continued. They tried to take my place, but I won't let them, Andy. The voice sounds like it's coming from directly in front of Andy. He swings fierce, fiercely. An old Casson speaker rolls out of the box. Chucky voice echoes out of it. Chucky voiceover continues. Sing songy. If they won't let us play, they all go away. Andy crawls away. Chucky voiceover continued. They all go away, and once they're all gone, then you'll want to be my friend again. You see.
Mm.
Damn, dude.
Ooh,
Dude, this
more
scene,
playful.
man. This scene right here.
Yeah. I like how it just falls, the tree falls on him.
Yeah.
The Christmas tree falls on him.
Freaking Chucky pushed that tree, bro. He freaking pushed it on him. He's like, hey. But I like how you can see the fear in Andy's eyes. Because he's just so feared. They're like, dude, where is this freaking doll in this room? Like, where the hell is Chucky, dude?
Yeah.
Playing it all through the speakers.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell
It's crazy how Chucky, how. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's crazy how fast Chucky can connect to everything. Like when, where was it? When something fell out of the box and he immediately started his voice echo. The speaker rolls out of the box. Like did Chucky know the speaker was in that box, or like did he know once it fell out? Like
Oh,
is
yeah.
he just able to connect to anything within the radius? Like
Probably.
it's
Yeah, I'd imagine. And he probably has kind of like how your phone, like when you look at your phones on the Wi-Fi thing or on the Bluetooth thing, it will say like things you could connect to.
mm-hmm.
I'd imagine he has something like that probably built
You
in.
have to, right?
So
Got
that's
it.
probably how he does it.
Damn, dude.
Crazy.
Let's see. 81. I think this is my last.
Ridiculous.
I think this is my last page. Out.
Yeah, I think so.
81. Andy, get out. Just get out of here. Andy catches a glimpse of Chucky red eyes in the darkness under the table just as the TV next to Andy switches to a loud clip of Chucky stabbing Shane. Startled, Andy panics and smashes the TV with the bat. He hears Chucky running towards him. Something bumps the shelf next to him. Andy smashes the shelf. He's is a frenzied state, spinning around, tripping over things and paranoid. Chucky voiceover, singing songy, if they won't let us play, they all go away. Chucky giggles. The laugh is getting closer. Andy starts swinging the bat around him, smashing the coffee table. Chucky, off screen, you'll see, gotta go. See you soon, buddy. The speaker comes back to life. Pug audio clip. He's not our friend. He's not our friend. He's not our friend. Andy smashes the speaker. Something hits the lamp behind him. Andy swings around and breaks the lamp. Smashes the TV again. The wall. He's gone, hysterical. Andy, get away! Get away! Just leave us the frick alone! He turns around. Karen is standing in the doorway, horrified by what she's seen. Her son has gone, completely lost his mind. The entire apartment is torn apart. Andy breathes heavily, still on edge. He knows how this looks. Exterior,
Mm.
landfill, day. An old man, 70s, searches the landfill for goodies with his dog. His dog sniffs something out, following the scent. He finds a round object in wrapping paper and bites at it, tearing it open. Wow, dude.
Mm.
You know where this is going.
Yeah, it's cool. We get to see that.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, it's not just a photo at the end.
Yeah. Yo, what do y'all think of the scene where Chucky's messing with Andy? See how different it was from the actual clip that we got in the movie?
Yeah, this time he says, gotta go, see you soon. Like, we've never seen him do that before.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go, see you soon.
Buddy,
Yeah.
with a Y.
Yep.
Dude, yes.
Messing with him, dude. Messing with his mind. Andy's just going crazy, just hitting things left and right. And And all of a sudden,
Sounds more like more destruction.
yeah, because he's going nuts, bro. From everything he's going through, mental wise, he's just going nuts, bro. Just what Chucky's doing to him.
Yes, getting all nice and juicy. Now we're about to get to the part where they find the Shane's head.
Shane's head. Yeah. Go ahead, Romeo. That's all you.
Yep. It's time to get into this. Alright, so the old man says, "What you got there, boy?" Shane's bloody head is exposed, covered in flies. Super Christmas Eve. Exterior apartment building parking lot day. Karen drags Andy to her car. Karen says, "Hurry up. I'm going to be late for work." He says, "We can't leave. He gets cut off. Karen says, "That's enough, Andy. Enough. I can't even leave you alone anymore without something going wrong. You're staying with me until we sort this out." She opens the passenger door for Andy. He's hesitant. What if Chucky's inside? Karen continued, "Andy, get in, now." He peers through the car windows, cautiously steps inside. Karen gets in the driver's seat. She hands Andy an elf hat. Interior Zedmark night. Andy is dressed in an elf costume, playing sidekick to Wes's Santa Claus, handing out candy canes to screaming children at the Santa stand. Andy, this is Bull Snoggy. Karen helps stock the shelves with bunny dolls. The display is making Andy uneasy. He's surrounded by Chucky lookalikes. Interior apartment building hallway night. Cops drag a few hoodlums off in handcuffs. Hoodlum, already told you, I don't know crap.
Ooh, man.
Ooh, we get some hoodlum action.
Yep.
Hoodlum action.
All this stuff is new, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Elf costume, I love that. He gets to hand out candy canes and stuff. That's nice. We get old men, like, an old man finding Shane's, head, his bloodied head.
Karen forcing Andy to get in the car, and Andy doesn't want to get in the car.
Yeah, he thinks it's some kind of death trap or something.
Yep.
Chucky!
Like they
He thinks that
literally,
Chucky's gonna pop out, stab him in the throat.
yeah. Like they literally took out the whole scene out, dude.
Dude, it took quite a bit. Like that was all new stuff that we've never seen before.
That's crazy, dude.
Dude,
Man.
it's getting good.
It's gonna get
It's crazy.
better.
We're like
83.
we're almost done.
Woo, let's do this. Let's do
This
this.
has been a journey.
Heck yeah, it's been.
Mike slams him against the wall. Wait. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. This is the hoodlum action. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike slams him against the wall. Mike says, "We'll freaking see about that." He shoves the hoodlum down the hall. Fallon watches from her doorway. She follows him down the hall, then stops when she sees Doreen's door open. Officers are inside, collecting evidence, searching the area. Fallon watches them. Something clicks. She runs off. Interior Pug's apartment, Pug's room night. Fallon shuts the door behind her, alone with Pug inside. She spots Pug's Caslet speaker on his desk. She tears it out of the wall, dumping out the batteries. Pug says, "Sabotage! Why?" Fallon says, "They could be listening." Pug says, "Who?" And Fallon says, "What if Andy's right?" Pug says, "Oh God, not again. You tried to warn us about Doreen. I think she's dead. There's cops everywhere. What if Chucky's found gets cut off by Pug? Fine. You want to play out your little conspiracy theory? Let's settle this right now." Exterior apartment building courtyard night. Pug and Fallon march towards Omar and the other kids. Pug, Omar, show us your buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was new with her tearing the speaker out of the wall, and That was
Dude,
new.
yes.
The whole
All
beginning
new
was new.
stuff.
Yeah, with Mike and everything, showing his anger to these people because he's mad about the whole
Oh, yeah.
situation.
The hoodlums. He's taking his anger on the hoodlums.
The hoodlums.
Yeah, this poor hoodlums are getting it rough.
Oh man, dude.
Dude, it's getting nice and juicy.
We know where this is leading, guys. We know where this is leading.
And now we're getting to the part where he's like, show us your buddy doll.
Yep.
Dude, yes, this is getting so good. Are we all set?
Yeah, we're good.
Yes.
Omar says it's gone. Frick, Pug says. Says when? Where is it? Fallon asks. Why don't you ask Andy? That little crap's been taking my stuff. And when I find him, Omar gets cut off by Fallon. Give me your phone. Or says, what are you going to steal it too? Fallon grabs Omar by his jacket. Fallon says, give me your phone, crap biscuit. He hands it over. She opens the Buddy app. Omar says, I tried that. It's not working. She rewinds it through the blackened out video feed. The previous night, the video cuts back in to show Chucky following Doreen with a knife. Pug says, no way. Pug rewinds it further. Chucky waddles towards Franklin with the knife. Pug drops the phone in horror.
Mm.
You were right all along, Fallon says. Ding, 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 ding. The kids all receive a picture message on their phones. The photo of Andy in uniform and Zed Mark. The text says, come play with me. Omar says, what is this? A stupid joke?
Oh man, dude.
I like his reaction to finding out that it was Chucky that killed Frank.
Yep.
Drops the phone.
Yeah. I like that too. That was really cool.
Ding, 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 ding. Come play with me.
And then the come play with me.
Thought Chucky
Man.
must play with everybody.
Yep.
And then Chucky like sent mass messages to all of them.
To all the kids.
Dude, this is getting so good.
Ooh.
Yes.
Alright, we're
I'm
ready.
loving this. We all set?
Yeah, we're set.
Next page. Fallon zooms in on a mirror in the image. Chucky's reflection can be seen in the shadows. His red eyes beaming. Fallon and Pug share a look. Pug and Fallon at the same time. Andy. Interior Fallon's apartment storage room night. Fallon dumps a bag. Fallon dumps a bag full of lawn maintenance tools onto the ground. She sorts through sharp objects she could use. She pulls out a hedge trimmer. Pug says, "Are you serious? We can't go in there. Or we can't. Yeah, we can't go in there. We get in that thing's way. It's gonna kill us." Fallon says, "Very much aware of that, so we're gonna kill it first." Fallon revs the hedge trimmer. Ooh, hedge trimmer action. Interior Zenmark night. The electronics aisle, a display model 3D printer is at work creating a jagged kitchen knife. Two employees watch its creation confused. Zenmark employee says, You turn this thing on? The other employee shakes his head. Unenthused employees watch the ravenous customer horde lined up outside, eagerly awaiting the store's opening. Interior police station booking room nights. Mike drags a hoodlum into booking. Willis runs up to him. Willis says, "There you are. They found it. The head." Willis hands Mike the photographs of Shane's head.
Uh-oh. there it is.
Dude,
So-
it's about to notice the wrapping too, I'm sure.
yeah, so
Cool.
Chucky.
This is also in the film when he shows them the photographs. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that one I know for sure.
man, this is like, and then we get to see like, Pug and like Fallon gearing up to save Andy. Like, it's getting good.
But Chucky's like printing a 3D knife, and the employees
Yeah.
notice it.
That's interesting. Like, so he's like 3D printing like weapons that he could use. I think that's really cool.
That's cool. That makes him creative.
Yeah. Like, we've never seen anything like that before. Like, I wish that was in the film. Like, it shows like they had like really like innovative, creative ideas for what makes this version of Chucky different. And I really like some of the ideas they got for the script. Like 3D printing a knife, that's cool. Like, that's badass stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is. It makes him
Like,
creative.
I love that so much. Yeah, like and imagine all the other stuff that he could like 3D print darts if he wanted to. Like, he could 3D print like like the little arrowheads that like basically he could make like a homemade like bow
Yeah, he
if
could.
if that makes sense. Like, he could do so many things. Like, if you really think about like the kind of things he could do like with the 3D printer, I think that's really cool.
Dude, that is freaking
I wish they
awesome.
had that in the film. Yeah, like just all the things they could do with this kind of idea. It's just so cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is my last page.
I'm excited what's gonna happen right now.
Yep. I think this is my last page. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Willis continued. Old man's dog sniffed it out at the landfill this morning, wrapped it up like a present. Or wrapped up like a present. My flips to a photo of the head and the wrapping paper. He focuses on the paper. Flash. Mike observing the same present under Doreen's Christmas tree. Andy's present, same wrapping paper. He drops the photos, marches out the door.
Uh-oh.
Interior, Zedmark Knight. Andy continues heading out candy canes to ungrateful children. Disappointed child. I don't want a candy cane. I want a curly buddy. Or not a curly buddy. I don't know why I said that.
Curly buddy.
Let me start over. I don't want a candy cane. I want a curly bear. He says, I'm not Santa. Fat man's that way. He holds out the candy cane. Disappointed child. It's a high fructose corn syrup. And it says, just take the damn candy. Andy looks out at a buddy display. The buddy toys are staring at him, making him uneasy.
Ooh.
Andy continued, Hey Wes, I need a pee break. Wes says, not sure who Wes is, but Santa's gonna give you a big hard no on that. Well, damn. Okay. Pug and Fallon rush in from the other side of the store. They spot Andy and run towards him. Front counter, Karen deals with customers at the register. A huge line builds up as customers grab their buddies in assorted last-minute Christmas products.
Uh-oh.
It seems like it's gonna be different. It always seems like it's starting out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. We got like, Andy handing out candy canes to bratty children and,
Being annoyed.
yeah, being annoyed by that, not being allowed to pee, like,
And then
he's in like a
that scene. That scene where all the buddy bears are staring at Andy, making him uneasy. Dude, that's creepy, bro.
yeah.
That's freaking creepy.
Yeah, I like the buddy bears too. I think it's cool. I wonder how the script is gonna like, like I wonder how the script are gonna handle the buddy bears.
Yeah.
Because I love the buddy bears.
Was that? I think it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Indeed.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So 87. Mike enters the store and shoves his way to Karen's till. Mike, Andy, where is he? Karen, Mike, what are you? Mike says, where's your son? Karen says, over there. What's going on? Karen questions. Mike heads for Andy. Santa Stan. Pug and Fallon make it to Andy. Pug is armed with a hatchet. Fallon is wielding a hedge trimmer. Pug. Andy, abort! GTFO! He grabs Andy's candy bowl and kicks it aside. Wes. Hey! That's not good boy behavior. Pug says, I'm Jewish. F-o reindeer. Fallon revs the hedge trimmer at Wes. Fallon says, you want to see the devil, mother effer? To Andy. It's Chucky. He's here. Come on. Andy says, shite. We gotta get mom. Andy runs through the store towards Karen. An arm grabs him, shoves him to the ground. It's Mike. He straps Andy into handcuffs. Karen runs over. Mike says, you've got some goddamn explaining to do.
Oh man,
Ooh.
dude.
It's getting crazy. Like, all of this insanity.
All that extra
I'm really mad
dialogue.
that Pug said that.
I really like the inclusion of Pug and Fallon in this script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're showing a lot more. They have a lot more dialogue.
Yeah, they don't just feel like one-dimensional characters. They're like so fleshed out in the script.
Yep. That's what I like.
I don't know why a hedge trimmer though. Hedge trimmer is a weird choice. Maybe because in Child's Play 2, didn't Andy? No, that wasn't a hedge trimmer, was it? In the
No,
basement,
no, that was
it was a
a table saw, I
hair
think.
dryer,
I think it was
table saw.
a table
Oh
saw.
yeah, table saw.
Or for the foods, whatever they use, like the little knives, the electric knives. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, it's just been a while. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to just go to the next one.
Yeah.
I'm just screw a reindeer.
Got some. Yeah, I can't believe you said that. Okay, 88. Oh, 1988. What the hell are you doing? Get off him, Karen says. She tries to pull Mike off. Mike shoves her into a display case. She falls over, shocked by Mike's sudden aggression. Pug says, let him go. Andy looks around. Everybody he cares about is in one place. A place that just happens to be full of Castellan products. It's a trap. Andy says, this is what he wanted. To the others, he's gonna kill you all. Get out of here. Go. Andy struggles. Mike presses him against the ground. Mike says, don't make this any harder. Andy says, fine. Just get us out of here. Customers record the incident on their phones. The store's background Christmas music cuts out of the Castellan speakers. A customer's phone rings. Then another. Soon every Castellan phone in the store is ringing. Customers check their phones. Andy says we're too late. Everybody in the buddy display turns on, engaging in friendly dialogue through their boxes. A blonde buddy says, hello, what's your name? Ginger, are we having fun now? Brunette, are you my best buddy? Buddy Bear, well, whoa, golly, do you want to play? Pug and Fallon aim their weapons at the smiling robots. Everybody is too distracted to notice a small figure pressing against the curtain behind Wes.
Oh man, it's starting, y'all. It's starting.
I don't see no drones in that script.
Nope.
Yeah, so far there's no shark drones, I've noticed. It is crazy. They're all coming to life now.
And talking.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot crazier than the actual film. It seems
Yeah,
like it because the dolls actually have like dialogue and they're speaking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
So the
blonde
buddy
one.
bear, like I really love the buddy bear. The blonde buddy is also pretty cool. This is something that like even like I think that like even like when thinking back to like the good guys from like the original film, like there's no variety other than just like the name of whatever the good guy is. In the remake though, there's a blonde buddy, there's a there's like different like colored hair buddies, there's a black buddy, there's a buddy bear. There's like so much variety and so much like because you could even name the buddy yourself and oh, it's just really cool.
Heck yeah. I like the buddy boy
I
when he
agree.
said, "Well, golly, do you want to play?" That's funny.
Oh
Yeah,
golly. Like that's
funny.
cool that they like made the buddy bear sound like
Distinctive.
yeah, like he like kind of sounds like sort of like think of like Smokey the Bear sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I imagined it.
Or like Yogi Bear or something, like it's
Yogi Bear
cool.
goes rogue.
Let's
Yeah, I love it.
Alright, page 89.
do this.
A knife slices through the curtain, stabbing Wes in the neck, right in the jugular. Wes jumps to his feet, stumbling against the curtain. Slice! Slice! The knife stabs him in the stomach. Wes Wes staggers into the crowd in his blood-soaked Santa costume, kicking toys out of his way. Customers lower their phones as blood squirts out of Santa's neck, spraying all over them. He grabs a he grabs a traumatized child, blood squirting into her hair.
Oh god.
Wes continued, "Hold." Mike runs over to aid Wes. Mike says, "We need a doctor." The lid of a Christmas present flips open. A Castellan drone flips out, soaring straight for Santa. The blades shred into Wes's skin. Wes's blood splays across the floor and all over Mike. The panicked customers scream, fleeing towards the exits, shoving each other out the way. A display case full of Castellan Buddy Bears, a modern take on Teddy Ruxpin, starts singing an eerie rendition of Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Castellan RC cars zoom across the floor, tripping customers. The giant inflatable Buddy pops, deflating into the crowd, trapping parents into the balloon folds. Buddy bears crawl out of their boxes, waddling through the bloody mess. Buddy bear, oh boy, I'm very excited. The drone slices into his father's back. The lights go out. We hear the drone buzz against flesh. Lights back on. More blood. More bodies.
Dude.
Oh wow. I will say there is one thing that I think that the remake, like the actual film, like has it's better, and I think that's cool. Like when Wes is wearing like the buddy outfit, like he has like the big like buddy
Oh
hat and
yeah,
stuff.
the little
I
face.
think that's better than the Santa outfit, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's actually funny that well on this part, when I was watching that scene earlier, it's a weird like thing to catch, but right before Chucky stabs him in his neck, Wes like moves his eyes to where he's gonna get stabbed at a second before Chucky actually stabs him,
Oh
and I
yeah,
thought that was interesting
I noticed that.
because did he hear him, or is that just an editing mistake?
Probably editing
I thought
mistake.
that was
Yeah, it could be any mistake, but I mean, you could chalk it up to like him hearing the footsteps of Chucky too.
mm,
And then he stabs him 2 more times in the stomach.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Like, I guess there are like Hasman drones, but it doesn't specifically say that they're shark drones.
yeah.
I
So that
like
must have just been a movie.
I like what the buddy bear said. Oh boy, I'm very excited.
I'm
Yeah, I wish
very
they would have
excited.
kept that. Like, come on, like that's cool. The bear could talk. Like
Yeah.
the like some of the things that the bear says. Like come on. Like
Yeah, and it
I wish
has
they
its
kept
own
that.
personality.
Yeah, I like that. Like I wish that they kept that.
I wish so
Well,
too.
Like the
I don't
buddy
know.
bear is cool. Like I actually like the buddy bear, and we barely we barely got to see the buddy bear except for like that one scene. And like of course like the all the promos around like the Sedmark store.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's cool though. Oh boy, I'm barely excited.
That's funny. All right, Josh, go
That
ahead.
was fun. Alright, page 90. Oh, almost there. 16. The store has spiraled into chaos. Customers dodge the drone while slipping on blood, crawling and dragging their screaming children away from the bloodbath. A buddy bear tries to strangle a mother hiding in the pool. The drone soars towards Pug. Mike jumps in the way and grabs the device as it shreds at his chest and arms. Oh! Mike screams. He tosses it to the ground, smashing it. Electric's aisle. Still handcuffed, Andy dodges the stampede of customers. Andy catches a glimpse of Chucky staring at him through the crowd. A man tramples by. He loses sight of the evil doll. Pug stabs a buddy bear with his hatchet. Pug says, "That's for Franklin, you furry effort F." Andy slides his cuff chain under his leg so his hands are in front again. He rolls next to Pug. "Pug, get me out," Andy says. Andy spreads his cuffed hands out on the ground, exposing the chain. Pug says, "Don't move." Pug swings the hatchet down. Clang! He misses the chain by 6 inches, nearly chopping Andy's hand off. Pug continued, "Maybe just leave him on." Andy, yep.
Yeah.
They scramble into the crowd. A castle and security hub lights up. Lockdown and activate. Security grills slowly begin to lower down the exits.
Ooh man.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
I like that extra scene with the hatchet. That was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Hurry, break me out.
This is for
Ding.
Franklin.
Almost hits Andy hand. Maybe it's just best to keep him on.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just go.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah,
that was
funny,
better
fun.
dude.
to have your hand than to not.
That's for Franklin, you furry freak.
Also,
Yeah, I love that part.
it's fucked that a Betty Bear was trying to strangle a mother,
Oh
so that
yeah.
means a child was probably nearby. And the
Wow.
thought of kids being dragged in blood, and it's just crazy.
Dude, it's nuts.
More chaotic, dude.
It's a gory, hoary rave. It's all horror rave.
I can agree.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like, it's like what we originally got, but like,
Longer.
it seems like a lot more is happening. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, longer. There's way more chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I love it. Like, it's definitely like I said, more buddy bears. Like that's like
Mhm.
probably the thing that I love the most. That's like my favorite, and it seemed like they really intended on like doing more to those buddy bears because there's all these different variants of the buddies, and the variant that's shown off the most, it seems like in this script, are the buddy bears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so even the people that made the film wanted to do more with the buddy bears.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love the buddy bears. Like I wish we got more of them in the actual film.
I can concur. I think everyone concurs.
Yeah, the buddy bears are awesome.
Maybe we'll get some more of it.
I hope so. I love the buddy bears.
Page 91. Buddy display. Parents shove old ladies out the way to get the hell out of the store. It's every man, woman, and child for themselves. Mike staggers through the middle of the chaos. He drops to his knees, bleeding from his chest wounds, losing consciousness as he takes in the madness. Front counter. Customers funnel through the exit as the security grills lowers, punching and kicking each other out the way. Andy and Fallon slam into each other. Andy drops to the ground. Andy says, "Where's my mom?" Fallon says, "We gotta go." Andy says, I gotta find my... Fallon says, "No time. She's probably already got out." Fallon pulls Andy to his feet and drags him towards the exit. The final customers crawl under the grillie. Fallon continues, "No!" The grillie shuts and locks just as Fallon and Andy make it to the exit, trapped inside. The drone flies back up into the air. It soars directly towards Fallon. "Look out," Andy says. Andy shoves Fallon down and jumps in front of her. He closes his eyes as the drone zooms towards him, accepting his fate. Beat. He opens his eyes. The drone hovers in front of him. It's not trying to kill him.
Ooh.
Dude, this is so different. Oh my.
Yeah.
Why is it not trying to kill him? It might try to be leading him to where Chucky is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Andy was kind of just doing his own thing, guessing.
Oh, this
This
is
one, the
new.
drone did.
Interesting.
They
Yeah, the
all.
drone will probably guide
Yeah.
it.
I wonder if that's like because there's that one shot from the trailer where the drone's flying directly at the camera.
Could be.
Oh yeah, I
Could
know
be
what you're talking
that.
about. It could be that one.
I'm not gonna lie.
He thinks that the drone's gonna cut him up, and he doesn't. Yeah, I think that the drone's gonna try to take him to Chucky.
Most likely.
But Fallon is here too, so that's what I'm interested about. Is she in the final act?
I guess so.
Huh. Let's see. Okay.
It seems like she's a part of the final act.
Guess we're about to find out. 92. It veers to the left, trying to go around Andy to get at Fallon. Andy blocks the way. It won't attack him. Pug off screen. "Hey!" Pug, the drone turns towards him. Pug waves his hatchet, unsure what to do. Fallon thrusts her hedge trimmer into the drone's propellers and grinds it apart. Fallon, "Hatchet!" Pug tosses her the hatchet. She chops into the drone's core, dismantling it. "This girl is badass." Fallon continued to Andy, "It didn't attack you. He wants you alive." Andy says he wants me to suffer. He's gonna kill me, kill everybody I care about. Pug, you care about me, right? Andy says yes. Pug, then let's get the F out of here. Andy, we've got to find another way. Fallon, don't move. Fallon pulls the hatchet out of the drone, then swings down between Andy's hands, chopping the chain of his handcuffs apart. She inspects the hatchet in her hand. Fallon continues, "I'm gonna keep this." She hands Pug the hedge trimmer, then marches through the aisles, ready for battle. Andy, I think I'm gonna follow her. Yep, that's
in the actual film too.
Yep.
That part is. But you know what's
Yeah.
different? Omar is nowhere to be found in this scene.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
because I think he was in this scene, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the movie.
In the he is at this part in the film.
I wonder why they added him there. Maybe they felt like they had to have the video of the 4 kids.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, at least
Goonies.
Mark got fleshed out a little bit more in this like script.
Yeah, because there's less people, so more time to.
Yeah, like he like still isn't in it much, but he's like he at least gets some screen time.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is pretty like extra stuff.
Oh shit.
I think that was your last page, right, Josh?
I believe so.
93. Pug, Yeah, good idea. Annie and Pug follow Fallon. Fallon inspects a security camera aimed down at them. She chops the electrical cord with a hatchet. Fallon says, "Take out anything with the camera. He's got eyes on us." The lights shut off throughout the building one by one until the building is completely dark. Pug, crack! They hear footsteps in the distance. Andy grabs an item off the shelf. Andy says, "I think I found a flashlight." He turns it on. It's a pink princess light that sings when activated, casting a rainbow shaped light onto the wall. Singing princess flashlight, "Let your light shine through." Fallon says, "Shut it off, shut it off." Andy, "I can't make it stop." Singing princess flashlight, "The magic is inside of you." The flashlight turns off. Footsteps behind them. Thump. Something drops off the shelf. Andy activates the light. Singing princess flashlight continue. "Let your light shine through. Let the magic is inside of you." He aims the light down the aisle. A basketball bounces their way. Just before the lights cuts out, they spot a glimpse of Chucky dragging his knife across the ground. Pug whispering, "Go, go."
Wait, I wonder. Like I know it's not, but it reminds me of later Chucky's dragging his knife and the final
Oh,
final
yeah.
act with the
Oh yeah.
fans. It reminds me of that.
Mm-hmm.
It does like remind me of that too.
Huh.
I
Wow.
like that
That's
though.
something else. Yeah.
The white the white singing to Andy, that's funny.
Like, turn it off, turn it off. I'm
Um,
trying.
I wonder it could be completely not intentional, but the basketball dribbling down could be Child's Play 2 in the closet with the basketball.
Mm, yep. Or the dodgeball, whatever it's called. Whatever it was. What was
Was it
it?
the dodgeball?
Yeah, I think it was the dodgeball.
I'm just messing up everything tonight.
Yeah, the dodgeball.
Let's see. We're good? We're gonna move on?
Yes, I love that scene. Yeah.
Alright, cool. 94. They sneak through the aisles. Wall speakers screech to life. Audio clips from Chucky Memory Bank play out. Pug audio clip. "He's not our friend. Not anymore. He's not our friend. He's not. Pug. That's not. I didn't mean. Andy. It's fine. Pug. It's not fine. I was wrong about everything." Fanny claps her hand over Pug's mouth. Chucky's silhouette is seen moving across the aisle. They bury themselves in a pile of stuffed toys. Through the darkness, they see Chucky's red beaming eyes moving their way, getting closer, closer. Andy's hearing aid screeches, "Lose battery." He tears it out, muffling the sound as he removes the battery. A long beat. The kids stay deadly silent, deadly still. Fanny readies the hatchet. Chucky steps back, closing his eyes. The red light disappears. Nothing but darkness. Beat. They hear footsteps. Lots of footsteps. Pug continue whispering, "What's happening?" Silence. Chucky red eyes open. Several other sets of red eyes open throughout the store. The Buddy Bears. They're all around, and Chucky's controlling them. Buddy Bear Horde. "Are we having fun now?" Andy says, "Run!" They toss the stuffies aside and flee. Their red eyes are shuffling, moving towards them. Bear silhouettes with red eyes in every direction.
And that's where
Oh
that budget
wow.
thing comes in, because that sounds like it would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm. That
Dude,
is
a buddy
crazy.
bear horde? Why can't we have had this in the actual film? This is epic.
Heck, dude. Yeah. I like what it says where they see Chucky's eyes and then they close and they're like, "Oh, like what's happening?" And when he opens his eyes again, you should see more red eyes starts opening up, just a whole horde of buddy bears just right there looking at them like, "Oh crap."
Dude, I love the buddy bears. I love that they're just so incorporated into this like final act.
Mm-hmm. Are we having
I
fun
love
now?
it.
Don't you ever run now?
In the bear voice. I wonder who would have voiced the bear. I wonder I wonder if it would have been like Mark Hamill or if they would have just gotten like another like popular like actor or something to do the Buddy Bear
the
voice.
Yogi Bear voice actor. That would have been funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have been
They
funny
could
with like
technically.
a cool throwback, you know. That would have been
Mm-hmm.
freaking dope. Alright, let's see. 95. The kids skid down the aisles, tripping over toys and display cases. Andy turns on the flashlight again to find their way, singing Princess Flashlight. Let your shine through, the magic is inside of you. Pug, worst flashlight ever. They turn the corner. Streams of light cast across the ground from a security grill that hasn't shut all the way, pinned against a shopping cart. Andy, there! It's still open. They run towards the grill. Pug trips over a body. It's Mike. Andy checks his pulse. Andy continues. He's still alive. Grab his legs. Pug, what? We gotta. Andy says, I said grab his legs. Andy and Pug grab Mike's ankles and drag him towards the grill. Fallon protects them with her hatchet, tracking the buddy bears as they move through the shadows around them. Fallon, hurry guys, hurry! They reach the grill and roll Mike's body underneath. A nearby television turns on, displaying a video feed of Karen tied up in the middle of the warehouse. Chucky voiceover over the speakers. Going somewhere? Andy, Mom, Fallon, no, he's trying to lure us back in.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
God, it's crazy how different this is.
How different, man.
Dude, it's a way different like film. Like it just turns into like something completely different during the final act.
It's almost like I can't think of like the exact movie, but like it just reminds me, you know, where there's just like multiple of them surrounded, and it's like what you.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole Zemar scene was way better in here. It was so
Definitely. And even like the
out.
flashlight part's funny. It just seems more like suspenseful and
Yeah,
they did funny with like the flashlight and stuff. That would have been funny to see.
that was funny. Worst flashlight ever.
Dude, it sounds like a horrible flashlight. I don't know why anyone would want it.
Oh man, dude, freaking crazy. Let's see, I'm on my 4th page. Let's see. Chucky voiceover over the speakers. You can't save them all. If you leave this place, then no more playtime. It's your choice, one or the other. Chucky lets out a maniacal laugh. Andy, we can't just leave her. Pug, we stay here and we're all dead. We gotta go. We will call the cops. Beat. Andy says, okay, let's go. Pug and Fallon drop their weapons and crawl under the grill. They look back. Andy is still on the other side. Fallon says, let's go, hurry. Andy says, I'm not letting anybody else get hurt. It's my fault this crap started. Now I'm gonna finish it. Pug says, wait, Andy, don't. Andy kicks the shopping cart free from under the grill. The grill drops down and locks into place. A red emergency light shines down on Andy. The footsteps of the Buddy Bear's horde can be heard coming his way. The red lights are surrounding him. Andy places his hearing aid back in his ear. He picks up Pug and Fanny's weapons. Blood splattered with Black Eye, wielding a hatchet and a head trimmer. Andy holds his ground, fierce, savage, ready to brawl. Andy calling out, "All right, Chucky, you want to play? Let's play."
Alright.
Oh boy. He's about to like fight.
Yup, all this horde.
He's gonna fight all the Buddy Bears.
Yeah.
And there's like it just plays like metal as he's like tearing them apart.
Master Puppet starts
Playing
playing.
them with
Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna, it won't play like that.
Yeah, it's just playing the most hardcore metal shit possible.
Or it's like playing like the Doom music.
Oh yeah, that would have been freaking cool too.
No, and it needs to play
The
the theme song.
Division.
Hmm.
Dude, that would have been crazy.
Wait, you said
Dude,
what?
Oh, I said BFG Division, which is one of the tracks
BFG.
from Doom 2016.
Oh, you know what's funny? I think I've listened to that on Spotify.
Yeah, it's a good track.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, it's
97.
getting crazy.
My last page. He raises the hatchet as the footsteps get closer, letting out a battle cry, and the lights turn back on. The Christmas music returns. The buddy bears are nowhere to be seen. Andy spins around on edge. Nothing. Nobody. He's had enough. Andy storms towards the warehouse doors. Interior Zetmar warehouse night. Andy bursts into the warehouse. The place has the eerie feel of a toy electronics graveyard, marked for recycling. Karen is tied up and gagged in the middle of the aisle. She groans, shaking her head, trying to get Andy to turn back. Uh, the floor is littered with bodies of broken down buddies. One toys marked for return. Disabled ginger dolls with missing limbs screwed across the ground. Annie scans the ginger doll mess. Any one of them could be Chucky. He tiptoes through the toys, weapons at the ready. Chucky off screen. Look at them all. Forgotten, replaced, but not me.
Mm,
A small figure
mm.
moves amongst the damaged dolls, then stops, blending back in before Andy can see him. Karen groans through her mouth gag. Andy moves faster. A voice clip plays over the speakers. Karen voice over the speakers. Andy's just he's a bit different. Started to think he needs therapy. Andy, what's gotten into you? A buddy waddles directly towards him from behind. Andy spins around, ready to swing as the buddy bumps into Andy's leg. Panicked, Andy falls backwards to the ground. It's not Chucky. Ginger Buddy. Ouchie woochie, I'm hungry. Let's go to Jungle Burger.
What in the world?
That's
Ouchie
interesting.
woochie.
Okay.
Bro, get this ginger buddy out of here, dude. You're like ouchie
Buddy.
woochie.
That is funny.
He
I like
wants to go to the Jungle Burger.
Yeah. I like what Chucky said. Look at them all. Forgotten, replaced, but not me. Like, ooh.
Yeah, like it's almost like he's speaking for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love when it says
It's adding more depth.
a small figure moves amongst the damaged dolls, then stops, blending back in before Andy can see him. So basically Andy's going, you can see something moving in the background. And you know that's Chucky moving.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty dope.
It's really dope.
Hiding in
Dude, it's getting
the
crazy.
pile of dead dolls.
So many dead buddies.
Yep. Dang,
Dude.
Romeo, you got the good parts, bro. You got the good parts, bro.
What's he doing?
Heck yeah.
Alrighty, 98.
You guys ready?
Yep, that's all you.
Chucky off screen. They aren't your friends, Andy. You don't need other friends. They'll try to keep us apart. They try to ruin our fun. Beat. I won't let that happen. A forklift next to Karen activates, raising its forks up in the air. A rope is tied around one of the forks. The other end is tied around Karen's neck. He's going to hang her. No, Andy screams. Andy climbs to his feet. A knife slashes his leg. He spins around, swinging his hatchet at the dolls, grinding at them with the hedge trimmer. He can't find Chucky. Another slice. Andy continued. Ah! Andy drops and rolls to the side, searching for Andy and the mess of disabled toys, unable to find him. He crawls through the doll limbs, pushing himself up, limping forward. Chunky, off screen. Don't try to stop this. You'll only make it worse. The forks keep raising. Karen's feet are kicking in the air. She's choking, struggling. Andy limps over to the forklift, grabs all the controls. He yanks levers, turns the ignition. He can't make it stop. Andy climbs up the shelving unit next to Karen, scaling up onto a pallet rack 10 feet up. He leans out from the shelves with the hedge trimmer, cutting at the rope hanging Karen. The threads tear free one by one, almost through. Andy hears a rustling on the rack next to him. He looks over. Chucky leaps out and latches onto Andy's face. Andy drops the hedge trimmer.
Oh
Dang it, Andy.
man, dude. This sounds good.
Dude,
This
it's
sounds really
crazy.
good.
Yeah, it what part was it? You guys can comment on it if you want. I'm looking for
He like latches onto Andy's face, so he like grabs onto his
So,
face.
he jumps on. Get off like that. That's how it is. He jumped on his face.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
it's
actually
crazy.
that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Andy kind of looks over and there's just a sound from the boxes and Chucky jumps
yeah.
on and he's like, ah!
Oh
And he jumps on
yeah,
him.
There you go, there you go.
But here is on
that
his
seems great.
face. Here is on his face. So he's like, like, get off.
He jumps onto his face.
And I like the fact how
Yeah.
here Chucky slices Andy twice on the legs. Oh, he falls. He's trying to get back up, trying to limp to the forklift
Now
to
he's like
turn him
actively
off.
trying to hurt Andy.
Yeah,
Dude,
because I don't think we saw him trying to turn off the forklift
no,
in the movie.
that wasn't in there.
Yeah, he just tries to cut it loose in the film.
Mm.
Yeah,
Crazy. Are we all ready?
yeah, we're ready. Let's do this.
Chucky continued, "Don't get in my way, Andy." They roll across the rack. The entire shelving unit shakes. Chucky pummels Andy in the face. Andy shoves Chucky into the boxes and shelves. Chucky continued, "I'm going to finish where I started." Karen flails in the air, still hanging, face turning blue. He doesn't have much longer. Chucky continued, "I'm supposed to be your buddy. Me, only me." Andy pins Chucky against a box, swings the hatchet, and chops it into Chucky's eye. He kicks Chucky away. Andy reaches out, grabbing Karen's rope and cutting it with a knife. With Chucky's knife. Chucky runs back over, jumping on Andy's back, grabbing at his hair. Chucky continued, "No." Andy cuts her free. Karen drops to the ground without the rope to hang onto. Andy free falls towards the ground with Chucky. He slams onto his back. Exterior Z-marked night. Pug waves his phone in the air, trying to get a signal. Fallon applies pressure on Mike's chest wounds. Pug. Still no signal. Mike jolts awake, gasping for air. Fallon says, "Stay down. You're a mess." Mike says, Where's Andy?"
Ooh.
I
Dude,
like that.
this sounds good, dude.
Yeah, we didn't get that in the movie. That was
Oh,
nice.
definitely not. This is like I said, deleted scene.
Like, yeah, that explains how Mike just freaking got up from
Got
freaking
up.
getting attacked by that drone.
Yep.
Yep.
I like
They
the
cut
whole
all.
I like the whole fight between Chucky and Andy. How it's more expanded. You know, they're fighting on the
Yeah.
rack, and then he's like, "No, only me." And then Andy pushes him, freaking grabs the hatchet, stabs him in the eye, right in the eye, kicks him away. Trying to cut Andy free, and Chucky runs again, jumps on his back, like bro, that and it would have been cool because that will show you a battle damage buddy, a battle damage Chucky. So if he would have took out the hatchet, he would have had like a freaking like scar running down from his eye all the way down
Yeah,
to his mouth.
Megan.
Yeah, kind of like a Megan, like
Yeah.
all this just scarred up with the hatchet wound. That would have been freaking cool. Look.
Dude, definitely. Dude, that was crazy. Are we ready for the next page?
Heck yeah, we are.
It's
Yeah.
Let's do this.
getting crazy. It's getting juicy.
Last 6.
Interior Zedmark warehouse night. Andy opens his eyes. His vision is blurry. He is laid out on the ground in great pain, struggling to move. Chucky climbs to his feet. Chucky says, "You don't understand. I'm doing this for you, Andy. Once you're gone, it's just you and me forever." He pulls out his knife, tucked into his overalls, walks towards Andy. Chucky continued, "I was broken. That's why you didn't love me. But they fixed me. I'm better now. I can entertain you. I can do everything you wanted me to. I'm the only friend you need. Me. I know how to make you happy now."
Whoa.
Still tied up and gagged, Karen sees Andy's hatchet nearby. She shuffles towards it. Andy groans, trying to move, weak. Chucky sounds increasingly unhinged with every line. Chucky continued, "But you won't let me. You don't want me to be happy, which makes me wonder, Beat, maybe you're broken too." Chucky climbs on top of Andy's chest. Chucky continued, "Maybe something's wrong on the inside. There's only one way to find out. I've got to open you up, see what we're dealing with." Chucky lifts up Andy's shirt, exposing his chest. "Andy, don't." Chucky says, "I'm going to fix you, Andy."
Mayday. Mayday. Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, I'm back. My stupid internet for a split second.
No worries.
Okay, what were we saying? Andy says, "Don't do this." Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So now you can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that there's some extra dialogue in there.
yeah, yeah. And
You
I
know
was saying,
something I realized too? The Buddy song's not incorporated into this script as much as it is in the final film.
Mm-hmm. True that.
Because in the original movie, at this part, Andy sings the Buddy song to get like Chucky to like stop,
Mm-hmm.
like to like actually like he makes him like kind of malfunction a little bit, and I also realized that like Chucky sings the Buddy song earlier on in the film, and it makes like Andy like freeze up,
Yeah.
and so he ends up like not like wanting to go through with it, and that's why he doesn't really, because he has those memories, and they don't like the Buddy song's really not incorporated into the script much. I've noticed.
True.
I think that's like I think that's interesting. Like that they don't really incorporate as much. Like they incorporate some aspects more in the script than some not.
Yeah.
That's just one of them.
Crazy. What do y'all think of Chucky's extra line dialogues?
That's like a monologue. I thought that was awesome.
yeah, I like that he expands on how he's feeling and what he's thinking so that we can understand what he's thinking in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I dig it.
Yeah, he dropped a whole ass like monologue on us. I love it. Like I really like it, and I don't know, like it. I just feel like it like fleshes out him as a villain more, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, it flushes the downfall of him.
I like here where it says Chucky sounds increasingly unhinged with every line. So it kind of what I imagine him. He's probably like, "But you won't let me. You don't want to be happy," which makes me wonder. Maybe you're broken too. Like he gets more unhinged with every single line that comes out of him. And it just imagine if Mark Hamill would do that. You're like, yeah, that would have been cool. He would have been doing like his Joker voice,
definitely.
a little bit in there. That would have been freaking cool,
Definitely.
man. Just that shows you that
It's
he's
good stuff.
that also shows you that he's going from robotic to having a perfect human voice with every single line.
Yeah.
From robotic to a human voice.
Become more and more like
Fluent.
yeah, he's like getting more and more closer to like how a human acts.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Right.
Annie.
Pretty freaking cool. All right, Roman, you can continue.
Chucky mimicking Andy's line, "I'm sorry, silly way." Chucky raises his knife in the air, about to strike down, when Andy singing "You're my buddy" until the end. Oh, I guess I'm singing it. Chucky stops at the sound of the buddy song. Andy continues singing, "More than a buddy, you're my best friend." Chucky's eyes flicker between red and blue. His imprinting triggers. Chucky says, "No, no, 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 it's not. Can't get, but buddy, get until the get." Andy grabs the RC car and smashes Chucky in the head with it. Andy grabs Chucky's knife and rolls on top of him. He swings the knife up in the air, ready to strike, when Chucky's eyes light up blue. He looks cute and innocent again, just like the first time he saw him. Chucky looks around, confused, lost, like he had just woken up. Andy, what's happening? I'm confused. How did I get here? A hesitate, his hand trembles toward. Chucky continued, "What are you doing? Are we playing a game?" Andy grips the knife with both hands, trying to muster up the courage. Chucky continued, "Andy, drop the knife. Drop the knife, or no more playtime. You're my best buddy until the end, remember?"
Oh, call back. Call
Ooh,
back.
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Mm, I
Ooh wee, this is good.
I like how they added that little thing in there. Because in the movie, when Andy hits Chucky with the when they fall, and what happens? No wait, how does he do it? Oh no! In the movie, he cuts the rope. They fall. Andy looks at the knife. He grabs it, gets on top of Chucky, and just straight up stabs him right there and then. Here, he's about to stab him. Chucky. He's trying to act stupid, like, "Hey Andy, what's going on? Where are we? Are we playing a game?" And trying to look all innocent and all like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
like I don't know what's going on, y'all." And Chucky, Andy's like, like, should I stab him? Should I kill him? Like, what do I do?
Yeah. I think that's interesting. I really like that. I'm really digging this.
agree.
Freaking
I,
cool.
I like the way that like they're handling like this whole ending part.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like it's just I don't know. Like it's like the way they flesh out this whole like dynamic and stuff.
I freaking agree,
There's so
dude.
many layers. Dude, I want to read the next page. Are we ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Just getting beat. Andy tears up. Andy
Oh,
says, "This is the end." Andy stabs
Mm.
a knife into Chucky's core. Chucky reaches out to Andy. His body powers down, going limp. Andy drops onto the ground next to him, catching his breath. Andy, remembering, "Mom." He turns to check on Karen. Chucky is back on his feet, knife in hand. Chucky lunges at Andy. Karen dives in and chops the hatchet into Chucky's neck. Having managed out to get herself or to cut herself free, with Chucky's neck chopped open, she places her feet onto the doll's shoulders and pulls on his head. "Karen, don't touch my freaking son." She tears his head off. His wiring sparks. His entire body convulses. Chucky's head rolls to the ground. The eyes flicker and then fade to black, dead. Karen falls to her knees next to Andy, barely conscious. Andy hugs her. She holds him in her arms. They're a mess, a bloody mess. mother and son. We hear the distant sound of sirens coming their way. Exterior is Zedmark night. Paramedics roll out Karen on a stretcher to a nearby ambulance. Ooh.
They took that freaking Karen scene out, dude. When he stabbed.
Dude, that's crazy.
And Mike.
Chucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mike
Mike
doesn't
too.
shoot like Chucky anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And because after like Mike shoots Chucky, like I'm pretty sure that's when she tears off his head. And what I find interesting also is the fact that whatchamacallit, damn, I think I lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. But oh yeah, when she swings the thing, like I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer.
Yeah, when she
And
goes.
they cut that out.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, she like swings something at Chucky, and they cut that out. And I wonder if that's what the scene was. They cut that out.
That was the scene.
It's really cool.
I wish they would have kept that in there.
Dude, yes.
I like when it says when Andy tears up and he says, "This is the end." He stabs you like, oh man, like,
Dude. There's so many references in the script, and it just sucks to see all like the references cut out, all the like the crazy chaos cut out. Sucks.
I know. They should have freaking kept it in.
You can see all the love and passion that they put in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, there's so much that they like removed.
And people are like, this was disrespectful to the original Chucky series. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nope. Not at all. Like it may not be like the same exact story, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, doesn't have to be.
It has like references here and there. It still like respects the original.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. All those references and everything. Heck yeah, it does. Let's see, who's that? Was it still Romeo or is it Josh's turn?
Yeah, that's supposed to be my last page, but like that mean that like yeah, Josh has like 3 pages.
Like 2 more pages.
The final
2 more
3.
Pages. He's like, yeah,
Do you want to finish it off?
I can finish it off.
Yeah.
You wrap this up.
103. Yep.
I really did get some of the best parts up.
Yeah, left me the scraps.
Yeah, left Josh the table scraps.
Left me the buddy scraps.
Oh, yeah,
buddy scraps.
Sorry, man. We didn't mean to.
That's just how it happens.
Mike is rolled out on another stretcher next to her. He nods to her, too weak to speak. Police officers close off the area. Fallon and Pug try to get a closer look from behind the police tape. Pug. There! Andy limps towards them from the back alley, dragging Chucky's body by its leg. Bruised and battered, cuts all over. He looks like hell. They run over to Andy and hug him. Pug continues, "Holy shite, you're alive." Fallon shoves Andy. "Fallon, don't you ever ditch us like that." Pug, "We were 95% sure you were dead. You look like a used tampon. Let's get you an ambulance." Pug tries to wave down the paramedics. Andy stops him. Andy says this isn't over yet. He hands Fallon the hatchet. Oh god, I'm so tired. I didn't even know what that means. X. My brain can't go. Vacant lot night. Exterior. Holy shit. Oh my god. I couldn't even think of that word right now. Chucky's remains are laid out on a concrete slab. The kids surround him, armed with bludgeoning weapons. Fallon swings her hatchet down, chopping at Chucky's body. Pug joins in with a sledgehammer, crushing his electronics. Snow falls to the ground as the children smash Chucky's body to pieces in slow-mo. Bits of electronics fly in all directions.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's all different.
Yep, I like that.
Like the slow motion, the snow.
Dude, yes.
Having dialogue before they take Chucky's body to the alley.
Yeah, them actually showing concern for each other and,
Yeah.
character development.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
There's so much like it's so not so like one dimensional. There's like so much to it.
Yeah. I think that's the deleted
I
scene.
agree.
And that's one thing. Like I said, yeah,
I think that's the deleted scene I sent you guys, where they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
what did he lie?" And he's like, "This is nobody, not yet." And he has the Chucky's body. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah. Like I said, that's one thing I didn't like about the final film is that they cut out like a bunch of those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They cut out those, and then they also like left out a lot of like Pug and Fallon scenes. And
Yeah.
'cause I remember hearing that like when the film was first announced, the kid like the friend group like of the kids
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to be a big part of the film, and they didn't really you know didn't really utilize those characters. They just kind of feel like they're just there. Like they didn't utilize them correctly,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and it seemed like the script like that they have here was supposed to be that. It's supposed to be like them properly utilizing these characters and actually doing something with them rather than them just being like side characters. They're like decently involved in the story.
Yeah. Like,
I
yeah.
can agree with that. I like that in the script they actually, just like with the bear and all the buddies, they actually give the kids distinct personalities and they
Mm-hmm.
actually kind of care. And there is a
Yeah.
better development than what was in the movie.
I agree. I totally agree.
Oh yes.
I wait for 104
Yep. We're almost there, y'all. 2 more pages.
Yeah. We got this and
later.
then one more page after this.
Chucky's body is a pile of broken electronics. Fallon pours gasoline all over the remains. Andy flicks a lighter and drops it on the pile. Chucky's remains ignite. The kids sit around the flaming pieces of plastic and metal. They watch it burn in silence. Andy pulls a broken popsicle stick out of his jacket. Chucky's present, in quotations, he made him. He kept it all this time. He stares down at it for a long time. He throws it in the fire. And he says, next year, I'm asking for a goddamn hamster. Pug and Fallon laugh. Fallon, what time is it? Pug checks his phone. Pug says, 2 a.m. Fallon says, well then, beat. Merry Christmas. The kids huddle together. We pan out to a view of the run-down neighborhood. Henry Caslin, voiceover. Our investigation has concluded that Caslin shows no responsibility in the horrific events that transpired at Sedmark. A television. On screen. A Caslin press conference. Henry Caslin addresses the crowd. Henry Caslin. However, as a precaution, we are recalling all buddy models for the time being. More. That's I
Didn't they
kind
cut
of
that out of the film too?
Yeah.
what that
Where
recalling.
like Caslin like says we take no responsibility or
No,
something like
I
that.
think that's in the movie, but I think the part that's not in there is where he's on the press conference. Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, cause
Yeah,
it,
that's
yeah,
what I meant,
cause the
yeah.
movie he's just on the TV just talking to us, but here it's saying he's at a press conference. So I think everything's the
Yeah.
same aside from Andy, Fallon, and Pug all talking with each other, saying, "Oh, Merry Christmas! It's 2 a.m. Oh yeah, no." And then I know they took out
At
the pops.
2
They took out the popsicle scene too. Where Andy takes. I think there's a deleted scene on YouTube where Andy takes out the popsicle scene and he throws it in the fire, and Pug's like,
Yeah.
for your next birthday, do all us favor and order a damn hamster. Get a damn hamster and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, that's a deleted scene which they took out. which is like, damn, y'all
Mm.
should just left it in there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
left
if
out a lot of
I've
stuff. It's crazy how much got cut from the movie.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that deleted scene.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh
I don't
man,
think I've seen it.
I'll pop it up after we're done here. I'll pop it on the screen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Last page.
see. Ooh, that's it, y'all. One last page.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
for the last page. This has been quite the journey. It
Heck
really
yeah,
has.
dude.
yeah. Like a 6-hour journey through this script.
Oh my god.
So, last page, 105. Henry Castellan continued. At Castellan, the customers come first. We're always looking to innovate, to improve. That's why I am using this opportunity to announce ... Interior living room, night. The same living room from our opening commercial. We're back in an upbeat commercial again. Henry Castellan, voiceover. The all-new Buddy 2. The camera pans to Buddy, smiling and waving. Henry Castellan, voiceover. We've spent time listening to our customers. We're confident that this model will improve on every feature of the Buddy, and so much more. We move in towards Buddy. Henry Castellan, voiceover. At Castellan, we believe that happiness is about more than energy. It's about being known, understood, loved. Fade out. Henry Castellan, voiceover. Introducing your new best friend. Two red eyes burst open, eliminating the buddy's menacing face.
Uh-oh. Chucky's in the buddy too
Eliminate.
now.
I said
Illuminating.
eliminating the buddy's menacing.
So you
Yeah.
know what that means?
Wow.
Chucky's in the buddy too.
Yep.
Damn, that sets up the
He's in the buddy
sequel.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I feel like if they did a Child's Play 2, honestly, it probably, as long as they kept the same route that it seems like they're going with this, like look at Megan, for example, and how that went.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was like, you could have put all those resources into a sequel to this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
All right, y'all. Since we
Hmm.
finally finished the original script of Child's Play, what do you guys think of this version of the movie?
I choose it over the movie.
You
I can
choose
say
over the
that.
movie,
Yeah.
right?
I definitely choose over the movie. There are some things I feel like could be tweaked about the script, but other than that, I think this version is superior, hands down.
hmm the movie would have been longer.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say how long? Let's just say
2
30 to
hours.
45 minutes. Yeah, it would definitely be
Yeah,
2
close
hours.
to 2 hours at least. Yeah.
Yeah, close to over for sure. We would have gotten more detail, more buddy. Would you say we would get more buddy time or just more buddy? Because if we get more dialogue, that technically equals more time with them. So I guess we would have more buddy time screen on also, which would be nice, even if it's only for a few more minutes. So every character gets more screen time, more dialogue, better interactions. Nothing's like loopholes or anything. No
Mm-hmm.
cuts. Every scene makes sense. It kind of flows into the other, and the effects, trickle throughout the story. So I like that about it.
You, Romeo?
Also, like more Buddy Bear stuff too. Like
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo, yep.
I overall I really liked the like the Fallon and Pug are more fleshed out. Omar's a little bit more fleshed out, but still very sideline character esque.
Yeah.
I really like Andy is a little more fleshed out. Like so is I mean Karen's not really in the film as much. It seems like she's like kind of like a sideline character as well. She's
Yeah.
there, but she's not there as much. I feel like Doreen got like more development than her in a weird way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that some of the characters, like some are still sidelined, but I think for the most part, like a lot of the characters, like I think specifically like Fallon and Pug got more fleshed out, more character breathed into them, and that's what I really liked. I think, Detective Mike he got a little, he's like fleshed out like just as much as he is in the actual film.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in it just as much, but I think overall I like the way that they fleshed out Chucky as a villain as well. They like gave him more of like he like has more of a stronger presence, it seems like, in this script.
Yeah.
And he goes from like kind of like feeling like he has to protect Annie, like he like has like some level of anger towards him, like as the script progresses. And I like the way that, like, the dog scene, I think that was really crazy. And the fact that he kind of did an eat dirt Tommy sort of thing where he stabbed the other buddy and got rid of that buddy and took the place of the Chode buddy doll. And I thought that was pretty cool as well. And I think it's cool, like the kind of depth that they went into with certain things. It felt like it took its time getting like to like where it wanted to get, but it was very suspenseful and intense in doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that like some of the like dialogue choices were great too. Like dialogue is like really difficult to write with the script, and I think they did a pretty good job with some of the dialogue here too. And so I really appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate the writing and the directions that the script goes in. And like I could kind of like envision everything happening as we read it.
Yeah.
And I think that it was a very well written script, definitely. And I think that this version, in my opinion, definitely, I think this is the definitive version. I would have loved to see how this film would have looked versus what we got. Because I love that how fleshed out it is. Like, it's so developed.
Yeah.
I guess I
Heck yeah. And you can see how fleshed out Chucky was. Chucky wasn't just point 1, point A to point B, point C. Like, he did things out of one motivation. He wanted to torture Andy's life for what Andy did to him. He wanted to like frame him, and then he wanted to make him look like a psycho. He wanted to make him go crazy. He wanted to make like nobody wanted to like he wanted to make people not to believe him. Like everything that Chucky did was always like directly to Andy, like to mess with Andy, with his mind, with his brain, with his feelings, with his emotions. Everything that Chucky did was always targeted towards Andy, and I love it. I was like, dude, this in this one, like Chucky seems more of a menace, not as a physical, but more as a mental. He's more of a mental type of guy. He's there messing with you, messing with your brain, trying to make you look stupid, trying to make you look dumb, trying to make people laugh at you, trying to make people question you. And that's what he did to Andy, like in like the last second act to the third act. Like he made people question him. He made people not to believe him. He made people think that he was a psychopath. Like that's what Chucky did. And to me, that's what makes him more scary because you don't know what this guy next move is because you don't know if he's doing it on purpose, if this is his plan to do this, if this is one of his schemes, is this one of his plays in order to make you feel like this. Like you just don't know, and that's what I loved about this version of Chucky right here. That he was always a mental.
Oh yeah.
It was very a mental, strategically a mental type of person to hurt Andy.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's torture.
Yeah, and
man.
considering that it's a rogue AI as well, like it's hard to predict his like what his next move's gonna be too.
He could be 3 steps ahead. 10. Infinite.
Yeah.
Dang,
So it's hard to really gauge like what he's gonna do next, and that's what also makes it compelling as well.
Yeah, I think the one thing this script honestly does for this movie is it just connects everything together. Like that we get the teddy bears at the end and everything. If anything, if we didn't get the big buddy bear and all of that neat stuff, I kind of wish we would have at least gotten just the stuff like at the junkyard, the guy finding the head.
Mm,
You know, just those little moments that kind of just bring the movie together and makes a lot of it make more sense instead of it just, kind of being a little jumbled everywhere and maybe the pacing is a little off, like the pacing.
yeah.
That's the one thing I wish they would have at least did better with and just fixed the pacing and added scenes that were more, you know, that would make the story flow better. But
Yeah.
that's what I think I love about the script the most, at least to me.
Oh, definitely.
I honestly truly think they should have kept the Doreen chase scene, the car scene of Doreen, and they should have
Mm,
kept the Zedmar scene, and they should have kept the ending scene. Like, everything that happened in the ending, the whole fight between Chucky and Andy, the dialogue and everything, they should have kept that in the movie. And of course, Franklin's death, the dog. They should have kept all those main parts in the movie. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was just so good, especially Doreen's death. It was just so freaking good, that whole scene.
Dude, Doreen's
Reference,
death.
yeah,
Oh
referencing
yes.
Mike Norris's scene from the first movie. Like, it would have been an awesome reference back. So, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man. I think if this version of the movie was the movie that we got in theaters, I bet you anything that all the haters would be like, you know what, that was a good movie. I may have
Yeah.
talked all this crap and everything, but you know what? After watching it, I think the movie was pretty good. I think the movie was good. I think now they probably would have found some issues with it, whatever. But I truly think, like, overall, they probably would have said it was a good movie overall. Like, I
Yeah.
honestly, bro, I think this movie, if this movie was in theaters, this version, I think there would have been a lot of more people who, there would have been a lot of more love towards this movie or towards this remake if this was the
Oh,
movie that we got.
definitely.
mm, I agree.
Yeah. I think what we got already is still like pretty good, but definitely I think that this is like the version I would love to see. And
Mm-hmm.
some of the scenes are like just there's a lot of thought put into a lot of the scenes that were written in there.
A lot of detail that helps, like Josh was saying, that helps connects this scene flow well,
Oh yeah.
scene after scene. Because it's like what Josh said. If you watch the movie, you see, like, okay, well, how did they find the head? What happened here? It kind of feels like, because they had to cut out a lot of stuff. But here you see the whole story. Everything comes full circle, so it flows a lot better than what we got in the actual film.
Yeah. I think if I'm saying it correctly as well, I think that some studios have it to where like they tell like the people that are making it, like they're saying, okay, this film has to be this long, and so they make them cut stuff out,
Yeah.
and that could also be why a lot of stuff was removed, and also even apparently Universal was a little anal
Oh
about
yeah.
some of the stuff that they had put in the film, and so they made them change things. I think they even made them cut out things, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because I think it was like a rights issue, ownership issue, something like that. I know they had to take out the thing with Shane because something that they didn't see of Chucky, so they had to change it to a watermelon. And then the whole scene with Chucky and Chode, telling Chode to, like, make him stab himself. They got that from Child's Play
Yeah.
2 with Chucky and what's the other name? What's the other dog's name in Child's Play 2? The one he broke.
Tommy.
Yeah, you're
Tommy,
talking to
right?
Tommy.
So that kind of copied that. So he had to go back and change it from the movie. So they had to cut that out. So I'm
I
like,
mean, I don't think it really like the thing is with those though, like yeah, they're references, but I don't think that they actually like really I don't think it really garnishes them to like force them to like remove those things, especially the Shane scene. Like, I think that's just like stupid and childish that they made them like change that because like there's so many decapitated heads in so many movies. Like,
exactly.
it makes no sense for them to be, oh well, there's a decapitated head in Sea of Chucky. I guess you have to change that. Like, whoever whoever like demanded that change is like, you know, with all due respect, is an idiot. Like, I don't think that that's like, you know, that's just them being petty. It has how I see it.
Yeah, I think Universal just wanted to be so much a-holes towards them because they were remaking it. So they're trying to find as much nitpicks as possible just to like shoot at them. You know what I mean? And heck, even Lars Clever, he even came out and said like, dude, when they had to change that whole Shane scene, he was mad about it. He's like, are you serious, bro? Like, you for real want me to change it because of this certain right issue? Like, you know how stupid that sounds? Like, he was frustrated.
Yeah,
He was upset
I
about
would
it.
be too, because that's like, it's dumb. Like, it's really stupid because it like, because they don't own like the concept of like decapitated heads in horror movies. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a concept that they came up with. They can't. I don't think like if like hypothetically, if they were to take that to court, I don't think it would hold up. I don't think it would stick because it's stupid. Like, it's so dumb. Like, I don't think that they would like be able to like make a case off of that. They wouldn't be able to prove that like they took from that, and even then, like I don't think they could. You know, I just think it's dumb. Like, it's frustrating that so much got cut and removed because the people at Universal, Dominic, whoever, they're just being really petty about it and really salty.
Yeah, dude.
If
That's
only
what it
they,
is. It's just pettiness.
if only they're a little bit more lean.
Yeah, but you know, like, I don't know, Universal is just like, yeah, they're an interesting company. Is all I'm gonna say.
They're interesting
Yeah.
company.
They make interesting choices. You know, don't they own Blumhouse as well?
Yeah.
I think
I think they do, right?
I think they're part of Universal. Yeah, that's how they did Megan.
Yeah, because Megan. Oh my god, dude, Megan 2.0 looks so terrible. It does.
Yeah, it
I
does.
don't. Literally, like, we, you know, we have friends that literally they said that Megan's just a remake, like a copy of the remake.
It
They like
is.
say that like, you
It's
know,
basically
she's just copying the remake.
yeah. It's
And
basically Universal telling MGM,
yeah, and I can see it.
like, oh, you want here's to screw you. You try doing it, so we're gonna take your idea, do the exact same thing, and make more money off of it. That's basically what they did. Like, oh, we're gonna take your concept and do it our own version, and we're gonna make a lot of more money.
In my opinion, the remake's better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like Megan, but I like Child's Play a lot more.
I think that the remake's way better though, like the Child's Play remake.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan, the first Megan's decent. I think Megan 2.0 looks terrible. I think the remake is the Child's Play remake's better than, you know, Megan, and it'll be better than Megan 2.0.
Mhm. I can agree with that.
Freaking Megan.
Honestly, if I had to pick what I would want, a replica of Megan or a replica of Buddy, I'm choosing Buddy.
Oh yeah.
Especially the Buddy Bear. I really want a Buddy Bear replica.
Yeah, I'd want that too.
I would definitely choose that for sure.
I keep saying it, but like, I really want a bunny. Like, I really want one of those. Oh, what's this?
Is this the
Oh, the scene, right?
Yeah.
It's still loading for me. Hold on.
Yeah, same.
Me too. I'm starting to buffer a lot.
Da-na-na-na-na. Oh.
We here?
Yeah, I see it.
Ah, this thing stream. Stop it. Alright. Y'all see it?
Where are they getting these deleted scenes? At your best buddy. But with.
Next birthday, do us all a favor and ask for a goddamn hamster.
Yep, that was it.
Huh.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
it.
well, Omar's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the deleted scene, or
Dude.
it's kind of like the original script, but they kind of changed like a
Yeah, we saw that.
little bit of things.
Dude, that was
Hey guys, thanks so much for
Cause I'd
Yeah.
seen like little things of like the deleted scenes, and I think that's pretty sick. Like, it's really small, but that's still like awesome to see.
I know there was one with a Buddy Bear, the Buddy Bear trap, where like the wire like pulls it, and it hits the button of the lift and starts the lift to choke Karen on the she's getting at the end. I saw that one.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of
dude,
stuff they
that
should
was
have kept
pretty
in.
like that's cool though. Like I said, so much got cut from that movie. It's like insane.
I don't do it. I freaking hated
Yeah,
that
but
one.
it's cool that even though so much got cut, there's like we're still talking about to this day. There's still more to look at. There's still more to uncover. Like it's not like gone, but it pretty much is because at this point we're probably never gonna hear anything from like in terms of the director or maybe in the future we might see a or something pop up, but I don't think we're gonna other than the script. This is probably it. Like I don't think anyone other than like maybe react really just is probably one of the last like types of news videos for Child's Play 2019. We're kind of the last of an era.
Yep.
Oh, definitely.
Crazy. I saw a
But
comment on Reddit. They said that Lars Clever for like the 10-year anniversary, he wants to release all the deleted scenes and stuff like that, like to the public. That's what they say. I mean,
mm,
it's a rumor for like the 10th anniversary. He wants to release all the deleted scenes and everything.
that'd be weird though. Like, I get it, the 10th, but like, why wait so long? Maybe like
Yeah, I
it's
know.
maybe
Yeah.
pressure from the studio or something. Maybe the studio won't care in 3 years, but that would be weird to like wait, three
Yeah.
more years just for some deleted scenes when you just released a 4K.
Yep.
Like what last year? Could have
Mm-hmm.
released it with a 4K.
Yep. With the
Oh, he
shout
could have bundled it up with the 4K.
with the shout
Exactly.
factory.
So like I don't know. I kind of feel like if they really want just from like past stuff, it would have been with that 4K. So I'd be
Mm-hmm.
shocked if like they do a steelbook or something for the 10th and say, "Oh, deleted scenes." I'd be a little upset because I'd be like, "Why'd you make us wait another 3 years when you could have just did it with the four?" Like, let's say they
Yeah.
re-released 4K, but because I don't know what else they could release deleted scenes, unless it's a steelbook.
Mm.
I
So,
was told too, like I was told that whatchamacallit, Lars, the director, he
mm-hmm.
was some friends of mine told me there's like this friend that we have that's like really into like the remake. He loves the remake. He's like a big fan. I think he even has a buddy doll. I think he still has it, like, but he has a buddy doll and stuff, and he told me that Lars was bullied off of Instagram
Oh yeah.
by the fans of you know the Chucky TV show, like Dommy like fanboys and stuff like that.
I kind of
And
heard the.
I just can't believe that, like, that's just something that I don't know, like, that's just it's just sad to see is all. Like I just can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to text Lars. I've been wanting to emo him or Tyler Burton Smith.
Do an
Somebody,
interview.
bro. Somebody.
What if you could get in like an interview with him? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been trying to. Who did I text? I know sometimes I talk to the writer sometimes. I comment on Twitter on his Twitter stuff and he replies here and there. I know I asked him a couple months ago saying like, "Hey man, you know what? I like the remake. do you know if there's any plans for a sequel? Blah blah blah. He put, unfortunately, I honestly don't know nothing about a sequel at this moment. That's up to the company. I personally don't know. It's like, damn it. I'm like, damn, dude. But I know
Right,
but I
definitely.
know he wrote an outline. 'Cause I know on Instagram from your best buddy, he said that he's talked to him and that he had an outline written out for the sequel. And I'm over here like, hey, bro, can you like share with me the outline that you had? Can you give me the
Yeah, cause
ideas?
I'm curious what that outline is. I'm sure it was good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they said it was gonna be like
I
a
think
Home Alone type of story, like Home Alone type ish.
Oh,
And I was like,
there's a lot of
hey,
like ways they could go with that, because especially with like I said, I keep mentioning it, but the Buddy Bears, they got to come back.
yeah, I know Lars. He said in an interview that he wanted to focus on the Buddy Bears in the second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
He,
think I remember him saying that actually.
Yeah. I remember doing a video with the Buddy Bears, and he was like saying how he really wanted to, you know, make it ambitious.
And I love those Buddy Bears, and it sounded like in the script they're gonna like have like a personality.
heck yeah,
Like they weren't gonna be like the actual like the regular buddies. They're gonna have like a different voice and everything, and that's when putting that into perspective, it made me think like, what if they like had like a different voice actor do those, and just like maybe like we were talking about like maybe a Yogi Bear like voice actor or
dude.
something.
If it was Yogi Bear, I would be laughing my butt off if it was Yogi Bear. Like for
Yeah,
reals.
like something like that. I just think it's just such a missed opportunity. Like, and it's not really even their fault. Like, it's just how everything kind of fell into place, because they probably had scenes with like that planned for the Buddy Bear, and they had to like cut them. It's just sad to see.
I know, man. This movie, honestly, this movie does not deserve all the hate it gets. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you know,
I don't really understand the hate after seeing the movie myself and having a better understanding of it. I don't really understand why it gets as much hate as it does, especially considering there's so many like way worse horror movies that exist.
Oh
And
yeah,
there's some like heaping piles of like you know like mildew films, like there's just terrible films out there, and I don't get why the remake gets
yeah,
the flack that it gets, because there's like I said, way worse films
yeah.
that exist.
You know what I found out on my research of this movie is that Orion gave the budget to Bill and Ted, $25 million budget, but they only gave
yep.
this one 10 million. It's like, dude, why not give
What?
Child's Play the 25 million budget and give Bill and Ted the 10 million budget? If Child's Play had the
No
twenty five
one
million
even
dollar
talks about
budget,
that.
yeah, I think it only got 6 million in the box office, so it was a freaking flop, like really bad. And I think that was the reason,
Oh,
and I think that was the reason why they fired John Hagman and replaced him with Leo Mayo and rebrand. Anyways, that's a different story. So if they would have gave Child's Play the $25 million budget, the bigger budget, I think we could have saw this script come to life. Like no joke, bro. I think we could have saw.
yeah.
I think we could have
For
seen this
sure.
script.
That says a lot when like you know a film with like really big actors does worse than a film about a killer doll. That says a lot,
That's
because
a remake.
exactly, because that the remake made more apparently, because he said it only made 6 million.
Yeah, dude, it was a flop. Really bad.
That's bad. That's terrible. That's like a major flop. Yeah,
You
the
didn't
remake
remake.
made way more.
Yeah, the remake made what, like 45 million out of a
Yeah,
ten
it
million dollar
made like
budget.
I think it's one of the highest grossing in the franchise.
Yeah, I think it's number two actually. I think it's number two. That's funny. But a lot of people say, "Well, it sucks." I'm like, "Hey, bro, it's the second highest Chucky movie in the franchise, so y'all can suck it." you
Yeah, because
know?
Bride of Chucky made the most, I believe.
Yeah, I think Bride is 49, if I believe. So it's number one, and then
Yeah,
yeah, I think no, sorry, the remake's number three because Bride is 49, and then the original is 46, and then this one I think it was like 45, 44.
Oh, I see. So it's just right behind.
Right behind the original. But
It still did good though.
yeah, but I blame MGN and Orion for releasing it on the same freaking day a month of Toy Story 4. That was a stupid move for them, bro. That was stupid.
Yeah. And yeah, because they could have done like a lot more. Like they could have made better choices with that as well as release it during a time where it would make more sense because they released
October.
it like they're trying to compete with like Toy Story and like from what I've heard, like I haven't seen Toy Story 4, but I've heard that people don't like it very much.
And
Yeah, I've heard bad things and yeah, it just says a lot considering that like I know people who don't even really think about Toy Story 4 and they think about like, you know, Child's Play 2019.
Yeah, I truly believe if Child's Play was released in October, Halloween season, I think it probably would have shot up to 60, 70 million. Well, maybe 50, maybe 60, if it was in
and
October.
They're already pretty smart about their marketing as well. Like they're marketing the film really well.
But I think releasing it during Toy Story was a horrible idea. It was a huge mistake.
Yeah, they could have still released the Toy Story posters, just don't release that film next to Toy Story.
Yeah.
I think the Toy Story posters were funny. I just don't think they should have released it so close to the actual film, though.
What they should have done, because I'm looking at the stats right now. So Toy Story 4, in its first weekend, made $118 million.
Damn.
And over time, it made $1 billion. So literally, $118 million in its opening weekend next to Child's Play. There's no wonder that it just there was no competing with it.
Yeah, because all the attention went towards Toy Story.
Yeah, and I understand what they were going for, like, oh, you can go watch Toy, but realistically, you're not gonna go see Toy Story unless your kid's there, and guess what? Kid can't go see a rated R. It's like so they're like, oh, they probably just all go see it another day. They forgot or whatever, and that was their mistake. I don't know whose decision it was, but what they could have done is release the posters during and after Toy Story, since the movie was a big hit, everyone, and then maybe like 2 or 3 months down the line,
Yep.
I feel like like in August or November.
Yep. When all those people walking out the theater, they would see those Child's Play posters and be like, "Oh man, Child's Play! Oh, there's a new one!" And boom, September, October comes around, boom, it's ready to hit theaters, and you already got all the attention of all the people that came out of Toy Story.
It would have been perfect.
That's
it literally a big issue was just the pacing within the movie, and then with the release, it was just the marketing. I feel like the marketing and that aspect hurt it, and then just the budget of the movie hurt it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Definitely.
I think if it had $25 million budget, they would have done the original script fully, and they would have added all those scenes that were cut out, and they would have made the Buddy doll look a lot better. The basic look of the doll, they would have made it look a lot better. That people would be going, "Oh man, that Chucky looks cool," instead of going, "Oh, what the hell is that face?"
Oh yeah.
And you know what I wondered is, did they really make like multiple dolls, or were they just using the same doll and they didn't have budget to like keep maintenance on it, so it just kind of like wore out, and that's why it started, janky at some scenes. I wonder if that could have it, or if they really did just, because it just doesn't make sense to have like however many someone counted. It was like over 10. Why do you need that many? That doesn't. That does. I feel like you're wasting money at that point.
I think they had like a number of like second heads and stuff.
That's
crazy. They probably had different heads and everything, but the photos I saw, like, it was just a lot. But the way that the doll looked, it didn't look good though. So what happened? Who'd you hire?
Yeah.
Or so, but it is what it is at the end. But I will say that it is very crazy that even while Mike contests to this, but weren't really big fans of the remake when it was announced. Wasn't as positive about it as we are now. But I think that also is a testament to the movie, at least to us, that even though it wasn't finished, even though it had everything going against it,
Mm-hmm.
it still was enough to look where we are right now. And I think that speaks enough for that movie, even if it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it's better than the TV show. It's better than the whole TV show. It's better than Curse of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I feel mixed about like I like Curse, but like I feel mixed about like because I do like that movie. I think it is better in like a lot of aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure because it is hard to say to do like Curse, but
But you can tell Curse is a straight to DVD movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And so that movie has its issues, and so I think the remake has a lot more going for it. It's better than Cult of Chucky. It's better than Seed of Chucky.
Oh, definitely.
It's definitely like probably the best like Chucky film that we've gotten in quite a while because we've had a lot of misses, especially the TV show. The TV show is like the worst offender.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't get why people like that show. I mean, I try to be respectful of people's opinions, but I can't stand that show. I think it's just it ruins Chucky's legacy. Like it just kind of like it's just a major like negative mark on the franchise in my opinion. It's just not a good franchise. Like it's just not a good like series basically.
Scream, and Child's Play were the two most consistent horror franchises ever. Until Child's Play, until Coke came out, consistency went out the window.
Yeah, cause like I was saying, even like with Curse, like I like Curse, but even that has like a good fair share of issues. That's why I say like even like the remake is like more superior than that film in a lot of ways because even like Curse has a lot of like issues.
Yeah.
And like continuity issues and just other things. I do still enjoy that film, but it does have a ton of issues. And Colt has a lot of issues itself. Like Colt has it just doesn't really obey the rules of Child's Play. Like I did a video on like a long time ago talk about how like it just kind of like doesn't really respect the legacy.
Yeah.
Like with the voodoo and stuff, like it just kind of like and this is something I hate that Dominic does. He like treats the voodoo as a joke, and
Yep.
I don't like that at all. And it's like that's a part of why I'm glad that the voodoo isn't in the remake and that's focused more on an AI, like an artificial intelligence, because there's none of that in the way, and it's just like focusing on how like he's reacting to the world around him and how his consciousness is adapting to the world.
Yeah.
And how he's perceiving certain situations, and it turns him into a killer because he like sees like things that he shouldn't be watching. And I like that. Like I think that the way that handled it was good.
Yeah. And then the second thing is, bro, is like a lot of people say like, "Oh, Buddy sucks." I'm like, bro, this was his first movie. I tell people, listen, it's kind of like the very first Child's Play. Chucky they didn't know who Chucky was in the first one until you got to part two, when you realized, oh, this is Chucky. His funny side, his canonical side. Like you start seeing Chucky fully realized all his personality and everything. If they gave that same treatment to Buddy and Mark Hamill, in the second movie, where Buddy has his own personality, he has his own characteristics, he has his own charismatic, he has his own persona, you don't think he'll be a lot better than he was in the first movie? Yeah, absolutely he would. Especially when Mark Hamill is going like, all right, dude, I know what to do. I know how to talk. I know how to act with Buddy because I know his personality. I'm going to go all in with this character. He would have been great. Like, yeah. He would have been freaking psychotic. But
Oh, definitely.
just the potential that Mark Hamill Chucky could have had, dude. Just the potential, the character growth he could have had. The one-liners he could have said, the kills he could have done, the dialogue he could have had. You know, the cinematography type of scenes he could have had. With just the way he looks and the glowing red eyes, the blue eyes. You know, like everything that you could have imagined what Buddy could have done. You know. I think about that stuff all the time. How he could have
so
been.
many like, yeah, what could have been.
I actually have 2 videos in mind. I'm gonna do a video on why we need a sequel to the remake and the potential that Mark Hamill's Chucky could have had. Or could have been.
Yeah, you definitely should.
The potential that Mark Hamill Chucky could have been. You know.
Yeah, that could be a good video.
Even though just
Oh, definitely.
up to the release. That's true. But yeah, man. But overall, if you would give before we end the stream, if you guys would give a rating to the script that we read, what would be your rating from 1 through 10?
Well, I wish I could remember the exact rating. But I know I gave it above a 6, I believe. I believe I gave it around 7. So this script would have to be a 9 or a 10. But I gotta give 1, so I would say like,
I think for me it would be like an 8 out of 10 for me.
What's keeping it from being a 9 or a 10?
Ah man, let's see what's keeping
Is it just something specific that's like bothering you, or just you there was more of?
Man, I'm not thinking it because I haven't read it in a long time. The last time I read it was like last year, and rereading it now, I don't think it's an 8. I think it's a 9. I think it's a 9 out of 10. The only reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is because this one was never made. That's the only reason why it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
That point detection was because it was never made. They didn't make this version,
Yeah.
so. But I think it's a 9 out of 10. I think I loved everything about the script. I like the character development. I like the kills. I like the scenes. I like the references. I like the action set pieces. You know, I liked every single thing that was in this script. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 was because it never got made. That's the only reason why.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I would say I give it a 9. And let's all that this is the script that most likely the actors read before anything was even made, and is what made it was good enough for them to want to come on and do it.
Mark Hamill especially.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind, that this is probably what they read, so this is what made them come on to. So.
Mark Hamill even said, he's like, why remake it? The first one's already good. But then when he read the script, he's like, oh, okay, this is different. You know what? I'm on board. I like the script. I'm on board.
Yeah. I definitely say it's a 9 as well.
9.
I think that it has some things I would touch up about it, probably. But other than that, like, I like the character development, I like some of the scenes and the suspense and the action. Some of the scenes are really intense, and some scenes are even like added up upon, like, you know, Chucky as a villain is fleshed out more, Fallon and Pug are fleshed out more. I overall really like it. Like I said, there are some things I would tweak, and add maybe, but other than that, I think it's a really good script, and I would definitely have to give it like like I said, like a 9 because it's really good.
Mm.
I agree.
This is, I don't know if this is like off topic or not. It's kind of not, kind of is, but uh, one thing I just thought of is, I don't even know if this would be a stupid thing to say, but um, I guess it just depends on the way you write a script. But I like that in the script they don't really touch on the aesthetic of the movie. Like, you know how like the colors and like the way they certain shots in it are very like aesthetic. Like the only thing I can think of is when Chucky broke the window in the when he was locked in.
Oh yeah.
In the script, I think they do describe the broken glass and the panning through it, I believe.
Mhm.
And but they don't really touch on like this is that. So even though like the script doesn't really give you a outline of the area, I guess, like the aesthetic of where he's actually at, I like actually, you know, whoever decided to do all that, they did a good job on that because the script did not really give them any, what kind of, filter, I guess, is this, you know,
Yeah.
because it's very vibrant, but they could have made it more darker, like Man of Steel. They could have, made it more grayed out. They could have made it just. It'd actually be kind of interesting if it was in black and white. Someone should do a black and white version. Interesting.
Black and white. Like I said, man, like the teaser that came out, the first teaser ever came out, that version of the movie looks dark, like dark. Like that movie, that version seems like there's like no jokes, no playing around, and that movie looks like a serious dark tone child's play movie. And then you get the second
Mm.
trailer, the official main trailer, and you can see that the tones it's way different from the first teaser. Like it's a way different. So I wish we still kept the tone from the first teaser because that teaser seems like it was more of a dark, serious, suspenseful tone of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get the trailer, the main trailer, you're like, oh, this tone's different.
What's going on here?
Yeah, like what's going on here? Why is it different? What changed? If they would have kept the serious dark tone, I think it would have been a lot better. With the cinematography that we have, it would have been even twice as better because I love the cinematography in this movie and the color palette. I love the blue, the reds, the yellow, how vibrant it looks. I love it.
Oh
It's a
yes.
pretty movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's one of its strongest suits.
Oh heck yeah, heck yeah, it
Beautiful.
is. Freaking beautiful movie. That's why I needed a 4K. I need the 4K copy.
Oh, I needed to.
I have it on HDX and it looks pretty. Imagine 4K. Oof. Nice and crisp.
Oh,
Nice and crisp.
oh look like heaven.
So all our ratings were 9 out of 10, correct? We all had 9 out of 10?
Yes. 9 out of 10.
Freaking awesome, dude. Well, we did it, y'all. We did it.
We did it.
We finally freaking did it. I know y'all are tired. I know y'all want to go to sleep. I do too. I gotta get up in 5 hours to go to work. Like I gotta get up in the next 5 hours to go to work because I'm open.
That's crippling.
So yeah, but it's cool, bro. I'm used to it. I wake up at like 4:35 in the morning every day, so it's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Man, dude.
Yeah.
Before we end the stream, is there any last thoughts you guys would like to share before we end the stream? But
I think I covered everything. I think I did at least.
I did, but I will add on just I don't know, I guess a part of my soul wants to say this that just thank you for Child's Play 2019. I mean, it was just a different time around that era. Like just being in the community and just even though it was toxic, it's still, I've never experienced the type of growth and community and whether it was toxic or not, just the fact that they were voicing their opinion that loud,
Yeah.
It was very like overwhelming sometimes. It was just cool to be in that environment, and I would have never experienced or even have gotten some of the experiences I have through YouTube, like you guys, for example, right here, right now, because of this movie. So, like, no matter what anyone thinks of it, I think it's been long enough now that we can look at it and just say, like, whether you liked it or not, you know, it happened, it left an impact, and I don't think community's ever been the same since, and it's definitely changed my life. So that's, you know, at least for me, that's all that matters. It did its job in that aspect. So yeah, I'll miss that era of my life. So I just
Yeah.
want to thank you for that.
It was definitely a different time to be a
Mm.
Chucky fan and stuff like that.
I'll miss
And
the hype.
horror.
Yep.
Yeah, me
Oh.
too. Because everyone was hyping out over it.
Heck yeah. I'll miss the hype.
But people were hyping over it, some people weren't.
Yeah. I will miss all the hype. I'm gonna miss all the videos that people were popping out left and right about the trailers, the posters, the synopsis, the plot, like everything building up to it. I'm gonna miss all that, all those days. You know, and sometimes I'll watch.
Same.
Sometimes I'll watch your guys' old videos, the 3C films, old videos, and I'll be like, man, dude, I remember when I watched these videos live. Like as soon as it came out day one, I'll watch it. Like, man, what a freaking fun time it was back in the day. It was so freaking cool.
It
Now,
was.
here we are 6 years later and still talking about and learning new things about this movie. You know, with either deleted scenes, the original script, you know, behind the scenes stuff, you know, the drama behind it, the rights issues, you know, all these things, you know. As much as I would love to get a sequel, as much as I would love to get one, in reality, we're probably not ever gonna get one. Most likely not, because it's already been 6 years. But hey, man, you know what? Never say never. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, you just never know, man. What if Amazon's like, hey, you want, bro, just make a sequel, just put it on Amazon Plus or Amazon Prime. Just put it as a Prime Video. I'll take it. As long as you're making it, I'll take it, Amazon. You got the money. I'll take it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't care if you put it on Prime or theaters. I'll be the day one and I'll watch it. I'll pre-order it if I have to.
Yeah.
I'll pay the $20 on Prime to watch it.
$20.
I would too.
Like I'll watch it, dude. I don't give a damn.
Heck yeah.
Right? But all in all, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me on this stream. It was so fun seeing your guys' reaction.
Thank you for having us.
It was so fun seeing you guys' reaction with all these scenes and the dialogues and the script. Because I know when I first read it, I was crazy. Like, damn, I gotta read this guy. I gotta read this with the guys, and I want to see the reaction, their thoughts on it, and their takes. And I'm happy, and I enjoyed all y'all reaction to it. I enjoy the way your thoughts, your intake on it. It was fun. It was an awesome ride, and can't wait to do this again next year for whatever we're gonna talk about this movie. You know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that script was crazy.
Yeah, that script was very unexpected.
Heck yeah. And by any chance, if I do get an interview with Gabriel Bateman or with you know, your best buddy from Instagram, for whoever it's close to this remake, bro, you'll be the first guys I text like, bro, they gave me some insight on this, bro. Look, this was what they told me, blah blah blah. Like, y'all will be the first ones I tell. Like, dude, guess what? Around the group chat, guys, this is what they told me. Look what they sent me. Look, I got an interview with Gabriel Bateman. I got an interview with Lars Kleinberg or with Tyler Burton Smith, somebody. And secretly record it and send you guys a copy. Like right on the D-Lo. But overall, man, just want to say thank you for joining me. Freaking awesome. I had so much fun. Yeah. I know you guys are tired. I know you guys want to go to bed already, so I'm going to let you guys go. I got to go to bed too. I got to get up to work early. But guys, YouTubers, followers, thank you so much for tuning in to this stream. Not only with myself, but also with Josh or Romeo, aka DaemDudeIndustries, and NightMareCript. Like I said, if you guys are not subscribed, please go check out the channel. Subscribe to their channels. They post content every month, every day. To go support them on their channels because they're freaking awesome YouTubers. So go support them, please. I just want to say thank you guys for joining today's stream. We love you, and we'll see you next year for streams or any other streams that we want to talk about. You know, like maybe hangout stream, talk about certain movies coming up in the next year or next maybe horror movies coming up next year that we want to talk about and hang out. You know, and say do spoiler reviews on. I'm also down for that too, but you know, we good, man. We good.
Heck yeah.
Somebody put yeah on the chat.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I know who that is. He's laying on my floor right now. Big guy. Staring at him. I have my homie here. So he was watching my thing. But
yeah.
Did you make the macaroni already? Yes. Okay, you better. I'm freaking starving right now, dude. And my wife's asleep on the floor. But man, guys, Josh Romeo, thank you so much for joining me, man. I truly appreciate you for taking the time to hang out with me. And before we end the stream, is there anything you guys want to say one last time?
Love you all.
Keep it smashing.
Keep it smashing.
Keep on killing it, and keep surviving out there. It's crazy in these streets.
Oh yeah.
Crazy on the streets.
Don't get robbed. Don't get shot.
Yeah, you get stabbed by
on the streets.
Yeah, crazy, man, crazy.
Blooded road.
Oh man, and also if you guys would like to share this video on YouTube to edit it, to make a shorter version, I give you guys permission to do whatever the heck you want with this video, bro. Y'all want to edit it, post on your video, share it with your friends and family members, man, dude, go on ahead. The more we spread it, the more we can spread the fire going, right? So yeah, man. So y'all want to post on your YouTubes and everything, and edit, make a shorter version. Y'all more than welcome to, bro. Y'all don't need my permission. I'll be the first one to like it and comment oh yeah, that was us. I remember those days.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
So I give permission, man. Y'all can do whatever you want. But yeah, guys. So love y'all, man. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right.
Catch you in the next one.
Yeah, catch you in the next one.
Later, y'all. I catch you on the next video, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe to these guys' YouTube channels, all right? Catch you on the next one, guys.
Check us out.
Heck yeah. Check them out, guys, please. Catch you on the next one, guys. Love y'all. Peace. Good night.
Keep on swashing.